Hello. Hi, everybody. How's it going on? What did? Hi, Penny Chat from Scarborough, England. Hi, Casbasso from Scarborough. Nice. What's it doing there? 4 o'clock. It must be midnight there. Are you guys still having your heat wave over there in the UK? I understand it's been crazy. Hi, just me, who is struggling with triple digit days. Yeah, God, awful. We are not having that here. Hello, Old Over the Hills. In Vancouver, we are having what the kind of summer that we used to have normally before climate change. Hi, Ginny quilted it. Nice to see you. Maureen Not O'Connell. Hello, everybody. Daka Load K. Hi. I don't know how to say that. Nice to see you. So I have an audio that I wanted to share. Oops. Actually, I wanted to put this on the stage. I have an audio that I wanted to share. Hello, Carolyn Breeding. Hello, JR. Yes, me. Hello, Ancient T-Bo Pot. Hello, Gucci. Yay. Hey, SC Girl 203. Nice. So happy 4th of July to my American friends. Yeah, it's hot. I don't like hot. Hi, Gem in the Mud. Glad you could make it. I don't like hot. I don't care for it at all. I am acclimated to what Vancouver used to be like, which was that, we would get 19, 20 degrees, sort of 70-degree summers, 65, 70 degrees, lots of clouds, and lots of beautiful, lush greenery everywhere. It's lemon and melon time again, Ancient Teapot. Yes, nice to see you. Hi, Blessed Mama. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, BGPO. My penny pill. Hi. Nice to see you. Delighted to see everyone. I've missed you guys this week. I was working. It's the end of the school year, as you all know, I'm sure. And they have, I'm driving for summer camps. And it is weirdly exhausting considering that most of the time I spend just sitting there waiting for things to happen. But at the end of it all, it's very draining. Yes, please hit the like button. Yes, I'm always forgetting. Also, I should say I don't have any credentials. I mean, I have credentials, but not particularly to do with mental health or anything. I'm an ex-mechanic with an English degree and some personal experience of toxic people, and a particular enjoyment of dismantling their lies and manipulations. If you would like to support the channel, you can you can subscribe, you can become a member, you can share, you can send super chats, there's in the pinned comment and in the description, there are links to my PayPal and to buy me a coffee if you want to support financially. There is no obligation to do so. Hello, Ruth Ann. Nice to see you. Liking and commenting and that kind of stuff keeps me active in the algorithm. So you can support just by doing those things. So yeah, I have received a copy of an audio of Lauren and John talking following their CrimeCon pool party. It's about, I'm not sure how long it is. I got it in sped up version, and then I played it and screenshotted, and then I slowed it all down, and et cetera, et cetera. But hi, random old lady heading into the laptop. It's hot, but the yard does look nice, and the rain and humidity has its way. Yeah, we have been having. You've been celebrating with your family. That's nice, BTPO. I have been, we have been blessed here. The weather has been grand, particularly for driving for these summer camps. And the camp counselors are the same. Everybody's just so glad it's not a million degrees out. I figured out your name, a one-way street. Nice to see you. Glad you could make it. Took me a little minute with that one. But yeah, so happy 4th to everybody. Canada, we celebrated on the 1st. So there was no school this week. No work on Wednesday. Hello, Deadly Queens. Nice. Glad you can make it. Yeah, so I have this audio from where they're talking about the pool party. And I believe this may be it may be what you call breaking news. I don't think anybody else has played this yet. So there's that to look forward to. And then after, it's about 20 minutes long ish. And then after that, I thought that we could carry on with the body cam footage from last time. We had just gotten to the point where Dr. John was going to enter the chat and start throwing his considerable weight around. So I have to remove this, and I have to add this. Hi, Michelle Salter. Nice to see you. Bunny time. Yeah, please hit the like button and all that stuff, all that fun stuff. So here we go. This is the audio from John and Lauren following their pool party at CrimeCon, Las Vegas, 2026.
Hi.
It's Lauren and John. We just wanted to stop by and say hi.
Yep. Hey, everyone. For those who were at CrimeCon, thank you.
John sounds like he's melting. He sounds like he's shrinking and melting.
For showing up and joining us. And for those who couldn't make it, we wish you were there, and we look forward to meeting you at some point.
It was so fun. That Bellagio pool party was so fun.
It was so fun. Their Bellagio pool party was so fun. Don't you wish you had been there? It was the event of this season. Apparently, it's all anybody is talking about. Hi, Bunny Time. Hi, SGS. Dog's Mom. Faye Loves Nature. CHCH. It was so fun, CHCH. Are you saying that there wasn't a lot of fun? Just because there was only 10 people and one of them was Trisha doesn't mean it wasn't fun. They always sound so put out. They do. I mean, John certainly, it's very clear John does not like being on camera. But Lauren loves being on camera, and she still sucks. Hello, YSL Kels. Nice to see you. Yeah, hit the thumbs up, people. Thank you all for reminding people to do that, because I'm usually terrible about it. So here we go, carrying on with speakers 1 and 2 at the pool party.
2 years a little late, but we did it.
Yeah, we did. We did it because Nick Spunky forced our hand. So yeah.
Actually, I would say you forced our hand. There was a live stream, I don't know, a few years ago. For those that don't,
it just feels so intimate. It's like being in the room with friends. It's just so warm. Hi, Maury. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for your support in Jolene's chat the other day. I did see that you were there, and I very much appreciate that. So thank you.
Don't know. It was actually you, John, that brought up this, what was I think supposed to be a joke? I think to this day
it was definitely a joke.
It was?
I talked to Nick Spunky about it, and he said he knew it was a joke, and then I said let's have a pool party. So I also revealed the secret to the Bellagio as the location, by the way, to Nick Spunky. I've never told the story before. But
let's hear the story.
The story behind the Bellagio pool party.
Can people hear this all right? It's sounding a little bit gibbled to me. I can slow it down a little bit if people are having trouble hearing it. Can you let me know if the sound is good? Like put a 1 in the comments or something.
Party is that in, I don't know, like early 2000s, there's a little art gallery in the Bellagio over by the pool area.
Okay.
And there was an exhibit, I don't remember what it was. I want to say like maybe Picasso or something at the little art gallery, and I wanted to go. So I went to the art gallery, and I was walking down the hall, and all of a sudden I see a celebrity, what I consider a celebrity, which was Coach Krzyzewski or Coach K from Duke. Mm-hmm. Duke had just won, I think they won the national collegiate basketball title. And Coach K, this is like a week.
That's so funny. Caswaz says, ooh, a John story. I was just thinking, oh my God, he's so boring. He tells a terrible story. So does Grayson. Terrible storytellers.
Or 2 later. No, that's like a month later.
I've not heard this story, by the way, before.
I told it to Nick Spunky. So
I don't know if you can see it, but McSpunky comes up as Mix Monkey by the in the transcript.
McSpunky knows the story.
He knows more than you. So anyway, Coach K. So I'm going to this art gallery at the Bellagio. I've never been out to the pool area, and here comes Coach K. I had to do a double take. He was wearing like a Duke hat. I'm like, wait, that's Coach K. I didn't say anything to him, by the way, and I was standing by the art gallery. I'm like, wait a minute, I want to see the Bellagio pool. So I went out to the pool area, and it was beautiful. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. I love the Bellagio pool. So that's the origin
Wow, great story, John. Amazing. I mean, this is like, it's literally like being in the room with your dearest friends and hearing them tell the most significant events of their lives in this off the cuff, friendly manner that just draws you in. I mean, these people, the charisma is just off the charts.
Of the story behind why the 144,000, the gathering of the 144,000 would be at the Bellagio.
But let's go back to the fact that it was a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Lauren's got it. Let's go back to the fact that it was a joke. We got to make sure everybody knows we were only joking about that. Even though it was a very bad taste, it was just a joke.
I know it was a joke.
You're talking like
Yeah.
this was real now, but let me. I knew though it was a joke.
Yeah.
We were on a live stream. Let's go back to what this was. We were on a live stream years
How this
ago,
whole thing originated.
and you said, if we can reach this many subscribers, we'll have a Bellagio pool party. And I remember looking at you and laughing because I knew the moment you said that, I was like, he has no idea what he just did.
See, Lauren was savvy and she understood the can of worms that John, in his silly ignorance, had just opened. And she just wants to make sure that everybody understands that it was actually his fault, not hers. And her laughter was only just like, oh, it was like a response to being kind of like uncomfortable and like aware in the moment. She didn't really think it was funny. That was just John, because he's not a investigative journalist like she is. So just to clear that up.
I was like, he has no idea that like everybody's gonna be like, let's do this. And sadly, it didn't happen for a couple of years. Lots happened, and but when CrimeCon happened to be in Las Vegas, we made it happen. And a big special thanks to our hidden gems, Becky and Erica, who also helped because I didn't know if we were gonna be able to pull it off, but we figured it out. We got 3 cabanas.
Becky and Erica really helped us, and of course, Miss Spunky. We talked about this. Miss Spunky pushed me. He took that joke and normalized it. Right? He took that joke.
Oh, McSpunky. That's so McSpunky. He took that terrible in bad taste joke and he normalized it. That's so McSpunky. I really do feel like these people are just my very best friends in the whole world.
He took that joke and made it into a reality, which, as you know, it was.
It was so fun to see so many of you
Yeah.
come and be there for CrimeCon, even last minute. We knew that we'd only get those that were coming already to CrimeCon because we planned it so last minute, and it was so surprising to have.
I mean, the only reason that there's nobody here except Trisha, I mean, we didn't even really invite her, but the only reason there's nobody here but Trisha is because it was so last minute, right? It was just so last minute. Otherwise, it would be mobbed. Like, I mean, I think even maybe the Petito family might even have showed up. Just saying.
So many of you still were able to come. It was such a blast to meet so many of you in person, and people that really we started these friendships with as screen names on our computer.
I know people that have been in the book club, like Bonnie was a big part of our book club, and she's been with us for many years, and she's amazing. And I got to meet Bonnie and spend some time with her, and it was fantastic. I love what she's doing in the field of mental health. And
say one thing about Bonnie. One thing about Bonnie, other than that she's a fan of yours and has been your fan for many years. One thing about Bonnie.
She's working on issues around coercive control, which is so important. And so I had time, and not as much time as I would have liked, but I had time to meet a lot of you guys and spend some time talking to you about what matters to you and getting to know you. That was really important to me. Thank you.
And Katie and Leslie and Wendy and so many more.
So many more. So many. There's too many to name. There was just so many. I mean, we were just basically mobbed by fans pretty much the whole time. I mean, it was a whirlwind. It was a whirlwind. Hello, Tisma Krista. I'm not sure how to say that, but nice to see you. Tis me, Krista. Maybe that's how to say it. Anyway, nice to see you.
Yes, for
Turbo.
Apples is over here having a chew stick for anybody who thinks that he is starving to death. He is currently eating a beef bully stick.
Turbo and Teddy and Trisha.
Trisha was there,
And Kathy.
Trisha was there. Oh, Trisha from Web Sleuths? The Trisha Griffiths from Web Sleuths? The OG grifter? Trisha Griffith attended your Bellagio pool party? Wow. It's like being It's like being friends with celebrities.
Yep, Kathy was great. Kathy, I still need to catch up with you, and so I need to spend more time with you.
Oh my God, I just need to spend more time with all of y'all. You were just so amazing. I can barely remember anything about you except your first names.
Started talking, and then other people kept interrupting us. But yes, there were some, and Tom and Susan.
So many. Forgive us for those that were not.
Ooh, Tom and Susan. If you don't know, Tom and Susan are the jurors from the Lori Vallow Daybell trial. If you don't know that, the name dropping.
Mention you. But and I want to know. I think what the people want to know also is so we started CrimeCon off with such a fun gathering of people. Julie was there.
Yep, Julie.
And then CrimeCon.
Oh, so fun.
CrimeCon, your first crime? Well, we dabbled in CrimeCon Vegas 2022. We went.
They dabbled in CrimeCon 2022. They dabbled, but now they were serious CrimeCon attendees.
You went for like an hour.
No, I went for like. I think. Well, actually, no. I went for a few hours one afternoon, and then I got sick.
All I remember is that we had matching bum belts on.
I don't remember that. So
we call it, yeah,
fanny packs?
You can't call them fanny packs, by the way. I learned that through Chad. You can't call them fanny packs because what?
You can call them fanny packs, but if you're in the UK, people might snigger behind your back. Because in the UK, fanny means front bum.
Fanny means in other countries. Anyway, we call them belt bags. Belt bags.
Belt bags. Okay. I seriously had a belt bag.
No, we had matching belt.
Okay. Kresha. Hi, Kresha. Nice to see you. Kresha Difficult Research says, bing bong, they just admitted Turbo was one of theirs. Good, because Turbo was one of the accounts captured on SS by Christina stalking her TikTok account months before the CHTF. Whoop, whoop. Oh, good. Well, there you go. I was not aware of this. See, this is why it pays. This is why you need a village to get these people, because there's so many moving parts all the time.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They were hidden through crime, weren't they?
Yeah. It was like couple goals. Like
whatever happened to those?
I don't know.
Those just disappeared.
After CrimeCon 2022,
they used to have HTC fanny packs. So cool. I wish I had one, because then I would be cool like them. But I would call it a bum bag, because then I wouldn't offend anybody in the UK.
Just disappeared, but we had them.
Yeah.
It was like dreams come true.
Literally, like this is their content. This is their content. Like, wow, great story, Lauren.
Like who? Anyway, that was 2022 Las Vegas. So they, I guess they go in order with the crime cons, and we were like, let's go check this out. We were still small then, and we were just.
Yeah, I think we were.
We were little bitty with matching belt bags.
They were so small then. They were just so little. They were just so little and small. And look how much they have grown just since 2022. It's an amazing rags to riches story. I am so impressed. And they couldn't have done it without their viewers. They couldn't have.
Were we under like 100?
Without their paying viewers, that is.
Oh, we were under 50,000. Okay. We were under 30,000.
Okay.
Yeah, and
oh my God, it's hard to even imagine they were ever so that small. Under 30,000. It's hard to even imagine it. It's hard to even imagine. For me, the thing that's hard to imagine is that they are ever got beyond that. I mean, they did have a lot of sensational stuff, and I guess that does get the clicks. But the fact that they have gained 34,000 subscribers since the 9-hour live dip in their subscriber count, to me just means that they have bought subscribers, because there is just no way. There is no way that the kind of content that they are putting out is gaining them 30,000 new subscribers in the last few months. It just it doesn't add up to me. I just can't believe it. He is diabetic, yes. And he is not really supposed to eat a lot, but I have spoken to the vet about it, and they have said for the amount, like he really struggles because his meals are 12 hours apart, and he's not supposed to have treats in between. And it is like, it's so hard on him that the vet has said, that how hard it is on him is not as bad as just giving him a treat every once in a while and giving him a break from, the symptoms of his disease, which is that he feels hungry kind of all the time. It's very hard to live with. It also gives me a break, right? Because I feel very much his pain, right? I feel how much he's suffering, and he gives me those gorgeous puppy dog eyes, and he looks so You know, it's not a nice disease for man or animal.
We just went for a few hours. Troublemaker Baker was there, and okay, Potato Potato, you remember going for a few hours?
Sorry, they're reminiscing about the first time they went to CrimeCon. So hello, Save All the Frogs. Hello, the Olap. Nice to see you. And I feel like I may have missed some people. I know you're here, John Smith. Sorry, I saw some of your comments, but never said hello.
Remember about an hour?
I went
It was overwhelming. I'll be honest. It was,
yeah,
it was hard.
it was a
But
lot smaller, by the way. Back in 2022, it was like in one space, and this year it was like 3 floors.
yeah,
This year it was.
Oh wow! I mean, it's like they are growing right along with CrimeCon. That's so amazing. Hi, sis. You should have been a detective. Nice to see you. And Sketty Nona. Nice to see you. We are listening to audio from following CrimeCon about the pool party and all the rest. It was so fun. They had so much fun at the pool party. It was so fun.
A massive space. It has grown so much
yeah,
in
and
4 years.
and I have been every year since, except I did give my ticket away in Nashville because I couldn't go because of the Daybell verdict.
Yeah, she couldn't go because of the Daybell verdict. I mean, she gave her ticket away because she couldn't go because of the Daybell verdict. She had to be there for the Daybell verdict because without Lauren at the Daybell verdict, there would have been no verdict. I think that's obvious to everyone. So I don't think she really needed to say, but also Lauren likes to remind us how important she is.
And then this, but my point here is full circle. This was your first CrimeCon since then, so I kind of feel like it was your first because I really do feel like it's changed so much.
Oh God, CH says she gave the ticket to Christina. So isn't that just tying everything up in a lovely little bow? That she's still, even though she has attacked this woman, ruined her ability to get work, smeared her reputation all over the fucking interwebs, she still wants to get credit for having given away her ticket. That's who this person is. That is just such the perfect summation of Lauren Matthias. In celebration of the perfect summation of Lauren Matthias, I am going to share this just for a moment because who but Lauren would do that? Who but Lauren would still want credit for that moment, even though she knows that the person that she gave the ticket to is someone whose life she has attempted to fucking destroy. What a perfect summation of Lauren. I'm a journalist, Matthias. The woman has zero fucking ethics, zero class, zero savvy. All she's got is a phony image and the balls of a burglar. That is it. Thank you for sharing that, CHCH. That is just chef's kiss, Lauren. Good job. I didn't know what the opportunity might be for this little picture today, but somehow I felt that the opportunity would arise, and so there it was. Jesus. Every day, in every way, this woman shocks the conscience.
Yeah,
And we never, everyone always asks where our booth is or if we're speaking. We do not do that this year, although we were honored to be sponsored guests and show up and attend a few panels by request.
They were honored to be sponsored guests and to be invited sponsored guests and to show up on the panels. They were very honored guests. They are honored guests because of how principled they are and how skilled they are and how ethical they are and how much they offer and bring to the community. Thank you, Llama Pajama. That's very nice. Thank you. Thank you for attending my stream today. I understand it's a big day in the United States. I don't know if you're from the United States, Lumberjam, but I gather people are celebrating. I've lost track of what I was saying. God, just also hello, June. Glad you could make it. How adored they are, how victim-centered they are, how beloved they are. And it's literally because of how connected they are, and that's it, right? It's literally because they support law enforcement, they support the prosecution, they are on the side of money and, law enforcement, basically. Not that I don't respect law enforcement or understand the importance of law enforcement in a society such as the ones that we live in, all of that. But they're not, they present themselves and they characterize themselves as this beloved couple that are so important to the community in kind of translating what is going on in the true crime to the people who are so confused and just trying to understand what's happening, right? That they're these beloved couple, these beloved elders of the community, when in fact they are sellout grifters who are in it for themselves and exploit any and every opportunity that comes their way to make money and to gain notoriety and to get, onto as many screens and into as many living rooms as possible, right? In the last video we watched, Lauren was talking. It was the first part of the body cam, and Lauren was talking to the cop about how many big documentaries there had been about the Vallow case, as she was explaining to him why this was such an important case. And I just thought that is so emblematic of who Lauren is, that the importance of the case is in how many documentaries are made about it. And it's got fuck all to do with the human element of the case. The humans are what's important about the case, right? And they just miss it every time, and they give themselves away all the time in these little ways, right? That thing about, I gave away my ticket, isn't necessarily going to land with her audience as she gave it to Christina and know what all of that means, right? It's going to land with us if we know that. But what it does for her is it makes her look like she's this good person. So she's constantly curating her image every minute, right? And as many people as she can get in front of with that curated image, that's what matters to Lauren. And that's what matters to John too, apparently.
We like to...
This humble, elder statesman, warm, community-minded couple that they are trying to present themselves as was so completely unmasked in those body cam videos. It's... What's going on? What are you thinking of doing, Krisha? A True Crime is True channel, I think. Yeah, I think we could all get behind that, because I don't know if you guys know, right? But Lauren actually did. That was the big moment for me when Lauren said True Crime is True, because it was only then that I realized that it wasn't about the documentaries and the backstabbing. It's about the people, the true crime.
To not have, we like to have freedom to wander, and so sorry, no booth. I know that frustrates people, but I'm not.
Oh, I'm so sorry to let you down. I know that my public demands that I get a booth, but it's just not me. It's just not me. I prefer to be free and easy. I prefer to wander around. I prefer to meet the public where they are. That's just who I am.
Uncommittal. Yeah, accepted this marriage. I guess I'm committal when it comes to this marriage.
We like to be free agents at Crime Con, but no commitments.
So thank you to those that stopped by and said hi to us. That's exactly why. Yeah. And
right.
So I want to know, though, this time you really jumped in. I was so proud of you. You were there for...
Oh my God, she's so fucking condescending that she makes me feel like defending Dr. John, which is not why I am here. Because Dr. John, as far as I am concerned, deserves to lose his license and never have a job again for as long as he lives, because of the attempts he made to have innocent people jailed for multiple decades on his say-so. That's what is so maddening about these people. They end up making you defend people like, oh yeah, right? It's like I'm defending Alex Cox from Megan. Like, it's crazy. These people make you crazy.
A few days, couple days, a few days. I mean, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
3 days.
Yeah, we skipped out on Sunday. We were tired. Well, I went. And so, what were your thoughts?
My thoughts were that it's grown tremendously. So I wasn't prepared for how big it was, how big the space was. But my thoughts are the same as they were in 2022. The difference is that some people recognize me this year. So, my thoughts are that I appreciated the fact.
Oh my God, some people recognized him. It was so, oh my goodness. He's all embarrassed. He's blushing a little bit. He's so embarrassed. Yeah, people should be afraid to approach her because she'll accuse them of stalking. Exactly. And meanwhile, who is literally afraid of Lauren and like running away from her to get behind a security guard? Right? But Christina, who is, allegedly, according to Lauren, her stalker.
That I had a chance to meet people, and of course, I want to take people aside and talk to them and get to know them for hours, and the venue doesn't really allow that. But my thoughts are, I wish I could have talked to people in more depth, other than just meeting them, asking who their names, where they live, right? Just basic stuff like, you know this about me, I know this about you. You and I both love people's stories.
Yes.
And we love getting to know people, and even though I'm an introvert, I'm going to feel.
They love people's stories and they love getting to know people. And at the beginning of this little audio here, they talked about all of the people that they met, and they did not have one single detail that they could say about any of the people that they met. Nothing about their stories, not a single thing. They could barely come up with half a dozen names, never mind any information about those people whose stories they just love.
Field where I'm fascinated by people and I want to know their stories. And so that was on the one hand, it was really exhilarating to meet a lot of the people who watch us and appreciate us. And I'm very grateful for that. On the other hand, I felt like I wish I could have had more time just to really connect to everyone that came up to us and get to know.
Yeah, you didn't connect any of them at all. Expert of all, I agree. That was the I was already pretty soured on them, but his comments about Olivia Gonsalves is why I unsubscribed from their channel and basically never watched another video until the 9-hour live popped up, and I saw a couple of minutes of that one.
A little better.
Yeah, it is one of those moments we wish we could, slow time and have more time with everyone. I completely agree. It's such a busy, wonderful weekend. Yeah. Although I will say next year is Orlando. That is very far from home. So we'll see. I did go to Orlando.
When you say next year, do you mean?
In like 18 months. 18 months.
18 months?
I'll do it. Well, I don't know. It's like a year and a little bit. Yeah. Okay. We'll see. But time will tell. But yeah, but if I go, you're coming with me this time, right?
To Orlando?
Yeah. I'll see. Yes.
Isn't it cute the way they have these little, relationship conversations right on the audio right in front of everybody? They're so relatable. They're so relatable. I feel like I'm in the room with my dear friends. I just can't get over how warm and relatable they are.
I think he looked at me like, "You're not going, babe," and I'm like, "Well, I'll go if you go." And now he's like, "Wait a minute."
Orlando doesn't have a Bellagio, by the way, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I might go. I'll probably go.
We'll see. Okay. It was really fun though to go with you. I'll say this. I know you don't.
It was really fun to go with him. She had so much fun going with him. She had to kind of yank her hand away from him a couple of times just so that she could get in front of somebody famous. But I mean, apart from that, it was so much fun being there with him. She loved it. I would venture that he won't go. And I would venture that the only reason he went this year was some kind of, it had something to do with everything from last year, for sure. Either he insisted that he was going to keep an eye on her so she didn't do anything stupid to ruin their brand, or she insisted that he come along to prove to everybody that she's not living in Grayson's orange couch or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, and the party, all of it was just a big part of their mask, right? To prove to everybody that everything's fine. We're fine. We're thriving over here. We have an extra 35,000 subscribers. We had our big Bellagio pool party. It was very exclusive. Somehow Trisha got in. And, I would guarantee that. And I would say you're right. He won't go next year. Yeah, he probably hated it. And just like he hates this.
you haven't traveled a lot in the past. That's just something I've kind of
Yeah.
done for us, attending the trials, reporting on the trials, and going to CrimeCon. It was so fun, I'll say, to have you there. And there was one night.
Why does she keep saying it then in that tone? It was so fun. It was so fun. She said it in that exact same tone at the beginning. She thinks it's cute.
Guys, true story. We were asked to go to a A&E cocktail party, and I had my dress to go. I was so excited to actually get dressed up because I never have a chance to get dressed up for anything. So I was super excited about it. And John we didn't plan for John to attend because he was going during the days.
Wow, it's a great storyteller, right? I mean, just every moment of it, she just brings it all alive for you. Her storytelling is, I mean, this is a woman at the height of her craft, and she is so generously sharing with us the details of her, the lead up to her attending CrimeCon, where she is a very special and honored guest. I am trying to be serious, Krusha. This is very serious.
And then all of a sudden they wanted John to come because John was at CrimeCon, and John all of a sudden was invited the day of to the cocktail party. They wanted you there, and we're
talking like 2 hours before.
2 hours before,
Yeah.
and
Oh my God! I mean, how did they even manage to make it happen when they live in the very same city? Oh my God! How did they do it? How do they do it? These people are amazing. He had to lose like 100 pounds. Amazing.
I said, well, let's go. And John was like, well, I don't have anything to wear, And I said to him, I will stay in my jeans and shirt just to get you to come. And that is what I did. So I kept the cocktail.
Right? That was so good timing. Expert of all says no one wants your awkward, weird ass humble brags. And I put that up literally just 2 seconds before she humble bragged about how she was willing to forego her beautiful dress, even though she never gets a chance to dress up. And she was so excited. But she was willing to forego that for her husband, John, so that he could come and not feel uncomfortable because it was so last minute. He didn't have time to rent a tuxedo. It is truly amazing to watch this couple. They are so in tune, the way they give and they take, and the sharing and the giving and the humble bragging. I mean, it is something else. These people are something else. We are blessed, my friends, blessed.
The black cocktail dress in the closet, and you and I showed up, and that was so fun that evening. They had it at the Caesar's pool, not the Bellagio.
Right? Do you think Molly Colleen says she wanted her Cinderella moment? Yeah, I absolutely think you're right. And that she was not being like, oh, it's so great. She's like pissed about it, and she's rubbing it in now. But she's also getting social capital from it. So it's all like a big melange of, facade and genuine struggling with her own fucked up emotions about not being the queen for that moment. But fortunately, she's just such a queen innately that she managed to pull Queen Lauren being selfless out of her ass right at the last second to preserve the queenly status of Lauren. Difficult research pressure, says Penny. I so needed this, like they need ethics and accountability. Thanks for going live today and providing this holiday pinata. We brought our samurai swords. Get it? I don't. I know I should. Jeez, I can't remember. Can you imagine her as a mother-in-law? You had me at mother. Destroying icons. You had me at mother. Jesus.
So we had a gathering at the Bellagio.
I mean, at least she's not a boy mom, right? I mean, she doesn't care about her kid, so she can't really be a boy mom. But I don't really think that boy moms care about their kids either. But just to say, at least she's not a boy mom. Thank
Pool Thursday, and then a
God for that.
Caesar's pool Saturday. That was so fun, and we got to hang out with so many people. And anyway, I just want to let you know I enjoyed being with you.
We befriended Andy, the bartender.
He was great.
I enjoyed being with you, John, just like our friend Megan Connor, who we at HTC care about. I enjoyed your company, husband. She sounds like she does not sound like she enjoyed his company.
Andy was doing some tricks with my, I don't know. I just asked.
He told me what I wanted. I was like, whatever you say, Andy. Yeah.
I just asked for a beer, and like he like flipped the bottle, and I don't know, he was doing some kind of magic with the beer bottle, and I'm like, Andy, just pour it, bro. Like, it's okay.
Oh wow, just like God, it's like being there. It's like being there. It's like being there and getting a play-by-play. It's so interesting. John is so interesting. I mean, they really paint a picture. They really do. And the fact that they're just laughing and they're just having so much fun together and they're just so obviously in love. I mean, what a pair. What a beautiful pair.
I don't need the the pyrotechnics.
Well, at one point I would end up with somebody. She was so sweet. We were hanging out, and she's like, "Do I get a drink before the bar closes?" I said, "Yeah."
Pyrotechnics. She's talking about like bartender stuff as like pyrotechnics. Okay, he just bugs me.
Let's go. She went up and she said, and she said to Andy, "I just want a soda." And he looked at her and he's like, "Why?" And she's like, "I just don't like the taste of alcohol." And he said, "You just gave me a challenge." This woman I was with, it was so funny. And so Andy clearly liked challenges.
So did he? I wasn't there for that. Did he talk her into?
Oh my God, this is so interesting. They were just talking about how a woman didn't like the taste of alcohol, and then the bartender was like, "Oh, that's a challenge then," because he was gonna make her a drink that she would like, even though it had alcohol in it. This is so fascinating. This is great content. I mean, it's amazing the way they take the normal quotidian interactions of a superstar rock star couple and just make it so relatable. It's incredible.
He gave her a drink, yeah, and she said she liked it. It didn't taste
It wasn't repulsive.
According to her, she might have been lying. She might have been one of those, like she's like, "Just give me my soda already. I asked for a soda."
Yeah.
She might have been lying. She could have been lying. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't inside her head, but she did say thank you. I mean, she seemed like she enjoyed it. Right? I mean, just to say, these people, oh my God, stop stalking me, hybrid Pisces. Stop it. You guys, hybrid Pisces is stalking me. God. I'm so upset about being stalked that I forgot what I was saying.
So she might have been being polite. But.
So yeah, I don't know what he was, doing some weird twirly thing with my beer bottle.
Oh, right. What I was going to say is these two are both like public figures who are on camera all the time, and neither one of them figured out that the whole brunt of this story ended like 2 minutes ago when she said the thing about, "Oh, it's a challenge." And then they went, "Yeah, that Andy, he was a real card." Anyway, moving on. But no, they're like wringing every last bit of like nothing. It's like they're trying to wring out a bag of gravel, or like a sorry, they're just so boring. And the charisma black holes. How do they have 347,000 subscribers if they're not buying them? There's no way.
I'm like, it just has to go in a cup, Andy.
and you don't drink, and you had a beer.
Really. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Special occasion.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh my God, John had a beer. He doesn't even drink. Oh my God. Well, no wonder he didn't want all the shenanigans from the bartender. He doesn't even drink. Great story, Lauren.
The last time you had to drink was like our wedding reception.
I think I've had a few beers here and there. I don't know, not a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, and we also, I just think my favorite thing about CrimeCon, Julie, is meeting the people. Like I said, started out as just people that I clearly love.
Her favorite thing about CrimeCon is meeting the people. And they have yet to say a single thing about any of the people that they met except their name. Literally their first name is all that they have to say about all these people that they love to meet so much. That is their favorite part. Apparently they did invite all those people who they love to meet to their party. Trisha got in somehow. Nobody's sure how.
That are screen names on our live streams and premieres, which we haven't been doing as much of anymore. As we've grown, those have been a little bit more difficult to do. And it's so fun to just meet people.
It's so fun. It was so fun. It's just so fun to meet people. I mean, we've gotten so big and we're so famous now that it's really hard for us to meet individual people because of our fame. Being famous is like, I mean, it's fun and everything. And I mean, I just think it's really important. I mean, mostly the reason I'm famous, I do it for you guys. But now that I'm so famous, I mean, it's hard for me to tell you apart. And I think that you could probably understand that. It's because of my fame.
Like, literally, you're walking down the hallway and people won't say, hey, it's me, Molly. They'll be like, Lauren, it's me, Silverado 569. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, it's just so fun to see all of you and be like, I love your comments. I pin them all the time. It's so fun.
Oh, I love your comments. I pin them all the time. Oh, it's so fun. It was so fun. I had so much fun. It was so fun. I had so much fun.
And yeah, so thank you everyone that came up. There were a few people that,
Yeah, I would say, yeah, right. We've all seen her drink. She drinks enough for both of them, I think, is the thing, right? She probably drinks enough for that whole household, honestly. I'm including Grayson.
commented after and said, I saw you and didn't come up, but there were some people that saw me and were really wanting to see you, John, and missed you. And
I'll say, you know, one thing about attending CrimeCon is I think that I would tell this to people. They say, I don't want to bother you, right? I'm like, this is a place where you're supposed to come up and talk to people, right? And so I think at CrimeCon there's permission to do that. It's a little more peculiar. A couple of weeks ago, I ran into someone at Trader Joe's. Like I said, the people that
He's so famous that people come up to him, right? Even when he's just at Trader Joe's. I mean, he was just at Trader Joe's and somebody came right up to him. Wasn't that like, didn't he say that didn't he say that exact thing in his 4-hour response video? That somebody recognized him at Trader Joe's? Like, but that was months and months ago. You have counted 7 so funs. Yeah. So fun. So fun.
listen to us, I'm grateful for them, and I want to meet them.
yeah, it was a treat. In fact,
Yeah.
I think it's actually kind of makes us want to keep going too. I mean, not that we've wanted to quit, we want to keep going, but to see the people and meet all of you in person is so, for me, it's touching and it's funny too. Like there's so many inside jokes and funny things, and there was somebody, I just want to say thank you, came up and
Name one inside joke. Here we go. She's gonna name something. Here we go.
and it was an emotional moment and a lot of hugs, and just thank you for everyone that encourages us and laughs with us.
So somebody came up to me and it was really emotional, and it was just a really emotional moment, and we hugged. Literally, this is what her reporting is always like, right? She takes nothing and turns it into a long drawn out word salad. That's literally the whole entire story of her favorite part of CrimeCon. Is this one person came up to me and it was an emotional moment and we hugged. All the inside jokes.
But there was a really funny moment with Vinny. It was so good to see Vinny with Court TV and just
it was so good to see Vinny with Court TV. Yeah, Vinny. She's big friends with Vinny. And in fact, it seems like she is big friends with Vinny. And ever since Vinny had her on his show last, whatever it was, in the fall sometime, I have never watched Vinny again ever, because he knows. He's been told. And if he doesn't know, he bloody should know. So, yeah, name drop off.
Laughter and fun. And I think that's needed too, because, you know, crime is so heavy and people say all the time.
True crime is true, you guys. It's quite heavy. Crime is heavy. It's very heavy. These two, their brand is to bring the levity to the heavy true crime.
You know, how do you do it every day? How do you do it every day? And I think it is hard. And to be able to meet up with people, both those that have been victims of crime, those that listen, those that care and want to make the world better, those that just, you know, are simply interested in understanding the stories. It's so
what is it, Lauren? What,
you know, when people ask about self-care, I would say the CrimeCon is a bit of self-care. To be able to laugh and, you know,
CrimeCon is self-care. Wow. I mean, who could have thought such a thing? Who would have ever thought such a thing? Lauren is she understands that true crime is true and that sometimes you need to laugh. So that's really why we're here, is for those nuggets, those little golden nuggets from Lauren. Deep thoughts with Lauren Handy.
have a drink and hang out and kick back a little bit. It's nice. And
is it fun?
Yeah, just to be in real life with people, maybe not talking about crime too. Like Trisha Griffith and I.
Oh, and not talk about crime. Oh my God. And she hung out with Trisha. She's mentioning Trisha.
With Lefties, I had a blast in the casino one night, and it was just fun to not necessarily be talking about a case, you know, and to see people we love and care about. And
yeah, you know, she thinks it's really important to go to CrimeCon and not talk about crime. She thinks that's very important. Bringing the levity to the heavy. Yep, bringing the levity to the heavy, says once bitten, twice shy. 2 times shy. Yes. Bringing the levity. You miss 100% of the attempted murders you don't attempt.
Have a nice time too.
Yeah, I think it reinforces. I agree with you. I think there's some reinforcement of why we do this. It's not, we know why we do it. We do it to.
I know why you do it, and I don't think it's the reason you're about to say, Dr. John, but I want to know what's happening with Kresha, because I always feel like Kresha knows things that I am completely ignorant of. She says, I'm dying to know if they are one of the does 1 to 10 in the family's Rico. Wish we could know. I don't even know what that means. Oh my God. I feel like I'm so out of touch sometimes.
Help people understand crime, and we do it to help victims, and we do it to give victims a voice, and we do it to perpetuate justice. I mean, there's a lot of reasons we do it.
You're talking about the family stuff with her dad. Is that what's happening? Yes. Okay. Sorry, I'm there.
But I think sometimes it helps to see the people that listen to us and support us, right? To actually meet them and see them in person, I think is it's invigorating and it's important, right? It's a reminder that we're not just doing this for an audience we can't see, and they're not real. They are. They're very real.
Yeah, they are very real, and you are grifting off of them. They give you their very real money to keep your grift going, John. Yeah, it's a good reminder of why we do this.
And they're very human, and they're great. And so I think that kind of brings.
Is this supposed to, literally, is this winning people? They're very human. Really, John? Are they human? Wow, that is some amazing insight. Are they oppositional stalkers also, or are they just human?
Brings home that point for me about how important it is to connect to people at events like this.
It is, and social media can be so.
Shut up, Lauren. The Olap says John does it for the money. Lauren does it for her ego and the money. I mean, I absolutely agree with that. I also think that John does it for his ego. I think that John's ego actually plays a kind of an outsized role in their online situation, because it seems like everybody has to, make room for John's brilliance and John's genius, right? And it's always this, oh, Dr. John's aware. He knows he'll be coming. He's aware that she gave a statement and he's going to join us later. He knows, like he's up in his ivory tower with his bajillions of books, and he is coming up with the perfect, important insight that will blow everybody's mind, blow the case wide open, right? I genuinely think his ego is, I mean, you think about that bio that he wrote. Maybe Lauren wrote it for him, whatever. But, if Lauren wrote it, he still okayed it. Just the whole idea of him having this like Batman origin story where he's going to be out there saving all the young kids. But in the meantime, he's actually helping to get perpetrators better deals. I think that he was as afraid of being revealed as Lauren was. That might have been a bit of a tangent. Sorry.
Curated, for good and for bad, and to be able to just be in real life with people. I agree. I concur. And, I would say it's so fun that, John and I, it was during the pandemic when we decided to start Hidden True Crime. We got a microphone, and we really had no idea what we were in for, which was great. We started with no business plan at all. We just started with 2 microphones, and yeah, exactly. A lot of people do. We just like, we have something to say. We have something to say. Let's just buy a couple microphones and put it out into the world. And if a group on
it's interesting, right? That's how they perceive themselves, as they had something to say, or that's how they're trying to present themselves. Because literally, like, Lauren has nothing to say. She literally has nothing to offer to any conversation that I've ever seen her be a part of. Literally nothing. I mean, she is okay at repeating some facts of, what's happening in a case. She is able to repeat words. But other than that, she brings no commentary. She has no insight. She has no analysis. She has nothing. The only thing they have is Lauren's ability to insinuate herself with people so that they can get the interviews, right? So that they can get the Bobby Joes and the Toms and Susans, and she's got no qualms whatsoever about, going into people's private space when they are, have no choice but to be out in public. She has no problem running straight up to those people and jamming her microphone in their face, right? But she doesn't offer any analysis or any insight or any relevance. All she has is the balls of a burglar, and she can speak words. That's it. And John has more to offer in terms of, at least he can fake a diagnosis, right? People think that they're learning something from him. Her book is absolute garbage. I heard parts of it through Jay's reading of it. And my God, it is. Megan's book is better than Lauren's, I have to say, although it's still very bad. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know. They're just as bad as each other, all these people. John's writing is also garbage. I had a look at one point at his PhD thesis, and right from the introduction, it was poorly written. Like, I don't know how he managed to get a PhD except from his family's money.
That are interested in this crime, listen, great. And
yeah,
and to see how it's grown. Yeah, the first year we just did it. We never made a dime. We just did it because it's what we.
Oh my God, they're so amazing. They just did it. They never even made any money. They just did it because they were so motivated, and they were so committed, and they were so passionate. They didn't even care about the money. They just did it. They were just wild and crazy. They were just trying anything. There's like how many accounts on YouTube? Like, for fuck's sake, that's what everybody did. Literally everybody.
Talk about, but where it's going is, we've said this before, but we really mean it. John and I have talked about this, which is the one thing we didn't count on, and we certainly did think about, could we do this one day as for a living? We thought about that when we were dating.
Oh my God, you thought about that on your first date. You've been talking about it right from the very first. In fact, you didn't take that job, if I remember correctly. You did not take that job that you were offered somewhere else because of the conversation that you and John had about how obviously there was something there because of the conversation of the first date. Does she not remember all this? Because I remember it like it was yesterday. I did not know that Patricia owned 19 birds at one time, but I do not find that surprising at all. It seems like something she would do. People are bonding over their love of Chihuahuas in the chat. I am completely down with that. Chihuahuas are some amazing energy. Random old lady. John once described what happened between a predator and a victim as a relationship. Yeah, I believe that was, somebody mentioned this the other day. I believe it was Stephen Stearns and Madeline Soto. Yeah. Yeah, he's a gross idiot. I have a picture of him that I just snapped off of somewhere. I can't remember, but it's of him in his office, and it's supposed to show us, I guess, what a deep thinker he is. And it's literally John surrounded by literal stacks of books. Like, it's all stacks of books everywhere, and John. And I'm like, but that's John. Like, that's all John does is read out of books onto the internet. Like, John and all his zillions of books don't mean that he has processed all of that information and then synthesized it and come out with some great wisdom because of that. All he has is this memory of like, oh, I read that in this book. Let me just find that book and then I can read it to you. That's it. He's not able to me, it doesn't seem like he's able to synthesize the information that he has, right? He just has books.
For dating, because we both talked about crime so much, and you were a criminal psychologist and I was reporting on crime, and so it was all we talked about since we met. But I don't think the thing we ever really grasped was the community, and how in the end the thing I think that would matter to us most we weren't even thinking about. We weren't even thinking like, oh, what could we build community?
The community that you stabbed in the back and lied about and cheated on and tried to get their what did she do? She shared copies of Lori Hellis's book. She shared screenshots of it in group chats. She went after Nate Eaton. She went after Kay. She went after Kresha. She went after Summer. What exactly is this community that she's speaking about? The one that she trashed and used as a personal fucking toilet? That community? Or is it the community that she's lying to and grifting off of? Maybe it's that community. Andrea Burkhart? Yeah, another one. Thank you. Like this, everything that she says on her channel to her followers is a mask, right? Is a pretense at being something that we know assuredly 100% that she is not. It is so disgusting.
Wise, and so while we're Hidden True Crime and we named ourselves because of hidden motives, and so we always talk about how fitting it is that there are our gems, our hidden gems, because literally they were the hidden gems. You are the hidden gems. I mean, some people say they don't want to be called a gem, so
Brian,
but our Patreon, our gems like this community was something unexpected, and so it is fitting that they are the hidden gems, and we're so grateful, and it has meant so much to us.
Yeah, I don't think we anticipated. We didn't anticipate anything. We just
thank God. I would actually say that thank goodness, because I think no expectations were the best way to start this podcast. But go on.
I joked that the first podcast we put out, I told Lauren, I said, I think the only person that's going to listen to this is going to be my mother. And then it turns out I was wrong. My mother didn't listen for years. So.
Blue River says, what? She went after Nate? Oh, she has crossed the line. Yeah. I can't remember the details exactly, but I think that she was trying to kind of start some rumory background idea that Nate was like in with the corporate sponsors or whatever, that he was not, that he was just towing the corporate sponsor line. I don't remember the details, but that is what I remember of it. Yeah, she's gone after everyone. Mr. Breakfast, who worked for her at one time, right? She shopped him to the cops, tried to pretend that he was a hacker and that she couldn't recommend him for jobs because he had a bad rep as being a hacker. She went after everybody, and then she turned around 2 days later. 2 days. No, it wasn't 2 days later. It was after the 9-hour live. I guess I can't remember all the details, but she reached out to him, right? To Mr. Breakfast. Hey, can you tell me what's going on? Because everybody seems to hate me and I just don't know what's going on. And could you help me? And I feel like I'm going to harm myself. Sorry, I'm just going to go radio silent for a long time. Yeah, she went after Trisha. She went after everybody. She went after everybody. So, not sure what community. She's talking about the hidden gems, right? The people that she has managed to snow. So,
it wasn't until near the end of my mom's life that she actually started listening. It was a wonderful situation because when she started listening, we started engaging in these dialogues that we'd never had.
Yeah.
You see how their podcast healed the relationship between John and his mom, because his mom had ignored him for his entire life. But then finally she came around when the Hidden True Crime podcast took off. She started listening, and then that engendered all these important conversations, and it was very important and very wonderful for everyone. It's a healing institution, really, Hidden True Crime. It's amazing. The people that they've helped, I mean, the list goes on. And it's not just the community, but they're actually healing themselves from the beauty of the Hidden True Crime community. I mean to say.
My mom really appreciated our podcast. And after every episode, she'd want to talk, and we talk about issues we'd never talked about before.
You know what, babe? I don't know if you remember, but if we just switched to your mom, who passed away a few years ago, there was a moment, for those that have followed us from the beginning, and there have been a few people recently that have written and said, I didn't follow you from the very beginning. And if you did, you know that there was a moment where we stopped. Because we did this for a year, just to do it. And the thing is John had to go back to work after the pandemic. And
what does that mean? We did this for a year just to do it. Yeah, and she also said that Nate gave her the copy of Lori Helse's book, then she blamed him. Yes. Are you sunny now? Yes. She did. She will do whatever, say whatever she needs to do and say whenever she needs to do and say it to get herself off the hook. She's a terrible, terrible person.
The prison started opening back up and the court system started working again. And, I took a break, and then I started YouTube, and we were just doing audio, and then we stopped our podcast and we went to YouTube, and it took a while to get everything going again. And so for those that say they weren't there from the beginning, you guys really were from the beginning. But right as we stopped, we were doing our Beyond the Veil season. It was about the Daybell case, and that's sort of when we stopped on like episode 17 or 18.
Oh, shut God, she's awful. CH says, from the Reddit of all the texts, Lauren claimed he didn't break the Daybell case story despite his pivotal role in uncovering key details and confronting Lori and Chad in Hawaii, insisting it was solely national media's doing. In text messages, Lauren belittled Nate and his outlets, suggested his trip to Hawaii was to expose Lori and Chad was with Dateline rather than his own initiative, contradicting his public accounts, and decried a supposed conflict of interest in him owning, directing, and reporting for East Idaho News. That's what it was. Yet she contradicted herself by alleging ownership by Frank Vandersloot or Nate Sunderland, exposing her inconsistent attacks aimed at undermining a perceived rival and elevating herself. Thank you for that, CHCH. That's where I was confused because I knew there were other Nates involved and that I was going to get it wrong. So thank you for sharing all of that. This is, see what I mean, right? It takes a community, it takes a village to take these people down, because as much work as I do in all this, everybody else is doing just as much work, and they are still going. My God.
And what you planned to do full circle was actually with your mother, who wasn't listening and finally started listening. Yeah. And your relationship became something quite profound. I'll share this. It was actually incredible what happened when your mom started listening to the podcast, and she ended up being in a wheelchair after she broke her hip.
You know, the weird thing about this is that John has already just told us this story. And now Lauren's telling it again for some reason, because I guess she thinks that John's version wasn't good enough. He didn't milk it enough for the pathos.
And she listened to it on repeat, and it completely changed your and your mother's relationship. I'll share this from my side. I watched this. It was really touching. And
shut up, Lauren. Lauren was so touched by the way that John's relationship with his mother just blossomed because of the Hidden True Crime podcast. I mean, I feel like there should be a Hallmark movie, maybe something. Blue River 2443. Thank you very much for the $4.99. She says, I've made an edit of Lego Face Lauren. How do I share it with you? Oh, my email is down at the bottom there. It's dreadfulpennytruecrime@gmail.com. Thank you so much. I would love that. Skitty Nona, this is the most fake BS act, totally scripted, practice PR to try and salvage their community. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe you're right. It sure is bullshit.
And we recorded an interview with your mom that you wanted to make, actually, your final Beyond the Veil. Yeah, true. I think you got so overwhelmed that...
Oh, God, Janice. Oh, I just don't think I can take learning more disgusting details about this horrendous woman. Janice Ballet Flats, so glad you could join us. Janice says, Lauren also hates Nate's Secret Santa series. She says it's kindness porn. So, like, I just did not need to hear Lauren Matthias say kindness porn. Like, that is so fucking Lauren. That is so Lauren. It's so ugly, and it's so condescending, and it's so fucking perfectly on brand for her. Thank you, Blue River. I love that. She pretends she's in a Lifetime movie. That's exactly what I was thinking of, a Lifetime movie. Thank you, X-Rib. Well, thanks. God, she's just... Ugh. She's just dripping with ick.
We just didn't have...
She's dricking.
Together, but we do have an interview with your mom. That was supposed to be an episode, and we've never done anything with that. And I'll just say this, and maybe this is a little teaser, or maybe you don't want me to say this, but we still have it.
Maybe you don't want me to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway, because that's just who I am. That's me. That's Lauren off the cuff. I'm just wild and crazy and open and honest with my people. I'm just here with my people, being honest and open.
John's family grew up very, very formal, and you guys can say I love you to each other. Stoic. There you go. Stoic. Like that. Is it Ordinary People? What's that?
Yeah, that would be a good
description of your family.
Well, in Ordinary People,
the movie,
they lived like in Lake Forest, which is a suburb of Chicago.
So yeah, we're all supposed to feel sorry for John, because he grew up in a family that was like the family in Ordinary People, that didn't express their emotions very well. And everybody knows that was an Oscar-winning movie, and it was extremely sad. And there was extremely famous people in that movie. And I believe that Katharine Hepburn was very good, and Henry Fonda also. And that was John's same story. Very, very pathos, people. Very pathos. Big pathos. Big.
North Shore, very wealthy community, and we didn't live in like Shore or
Yeah, that's not what you're saying.
the North Shore, but the type of the struggles to express emotions,
Are familiar in that movie.
right, the
So not
family
the-
dynamics,
Right, not the wealth as much as the family.
and also the Chicago area, just knowing Chicago, the Chicago area to some degree. There's a certain level of familiarity, but that movie is dated now. I think it came out in like 1981 or something. But
I'll just say this. So after John's mother started listening to our podcast, our first season,
She said that twice. I'll just say this, and then she did say it. So now she's saying it again because she liked the way that sounded. It's like the whisper campaign. She liked the way that sounded too.
she actually started saying, "I love you" to our child, and they would say, "I love you" to one another. So it was her essentially starting fresh with the new generation, and she made a conscious effort to start saying that. But it was in your interview with her that we never published anymore that we have, but we should probably.
Oh God, it's so hard to listen to her. I just keep cutting her off in the middle because I'm not really listening. Ocean Sound says Mary Tyler Moore was also in Ordinary People, and that's actually who I was trying to think of. I knew Katharine Hepburn was his wife because I was going to say Mary Tyler Moore even cried in that movie, but I couldn't. My brain wasn't whirring fast enough, so thank you.
Probably go look at. She said, "I love you" to you,
oh yeah,
and
at the very end,
it made me cry. Never published. The Hidden Vault of Hidden True Crime.
It made Lauren cry. She has feelings. She is not a robot, people. She cried. She cried. And so she keeps talking about, so they have an interview with John's mom, an episode. And they have never done anything with it. It's in the HTC vault.
Actually have a big Hidden Vault, I think.
the only time I said that, it was,
Oh, she said it.
she did.
I missed what she said, but I don't care. Gucci says, I would like to see just one of those apology cards that Grayson sent out after the text job that she did. My guess is that there was not one thank you card sent out. Lauren does not apologize to anyone. I don't know. I have not seen those either. So I would guess, right? Somebody would have fucking spilled one of them for sure. I saw Lauren's apology to Christina, where she was love bombing her to try to get her to, stop telling everybody the truth. But for people like Lauren, they will apologize when it's an emergency, right? And it was definitely an emergency with Christina, at least as far as she saw it, right? That she was about to be exposed. And so she love bombed the shit out of her with that, "I'm so sorry and you're such a great friend and I was such a terrible person" text that she sent, that Christina did not fall for. Because once you see through these people,
Makes me think we have a big Hidden Vault. Maybe we should start going through it. I also have an interview with Sky Borgman. Sky Borgman interviewing me at the house.
right, Amy?
Before.
You're right. Hepburn and Fonda was on Golden Pond. I'm thinking it was Timothy Hutton, right? Ordinary People. I'm getting my 80s movies confused.
It was when she came. She had interviewed you all day. The Netflix documentary.
Oh yeah.
And you guys came over to the house for B-roll, and I started talking, and they said, "Stop, let's record." So they put the camera on, and we had the podcast equipment on because she was wanting us to set up our podcast equipment, and so it was recording. And so their interview with me, we have that recorded too. And then when they didn't put it in, she said, "If you want, you can share that with your podcast now." I've never looked at it. There's a lot of stuff in our Hidden Vault.
Yeah, I think I was in some of that interview, right?
I think so.
Did you catch that the way she did that, right? Yes, Timothy Hutton. Yeah. So she says all that stuff, and then what I think is that she senses that John is not enjoying it. So then she gets to the end of what she's saying and she quickly changes the subject. I think that she is constantly doing this balancing act with John, right? Trying not to piss him off with her crazy off the cuff, wild and crazy Steve Martin act.
I think part of that was both of us. But yeah, that's true. That's never seen a light of day. So yeah, that's true. There's a lot of stuff we've done behind the scenes that has never been used.
And then there was something I think we did on Valentine's Day like 3 years ago about dating. Never posted. We're gonna put on Patreon. Never did. Yeah, there is. There's a hit.
Oh, there's the secret Valentine's Day video that they never shared. Oh my goodness! I imagine it's just as compelling as the engagement video. Oh, that was a good one.
There's a Hidden Vault.
I don't know that.
That's okay. I do.
Okay.
But nonetheless,
Yeah.
Thank you. It was really fun.
I guess we're reminiscing about the history of.
Yeah. Hands up if you agree that Janice deserves an apology from Lauren too. Thank you, Guji. I think that's absolutely right. Paula says, hi, Penny and Chad. I'm late, but wanted to say hello. I'm headed back to the beginning, and I'll probably finish on replay. Happy 4th, everyone. Yay! Well, nice to see you, Paula. Glad you could join us. Feel free to put your out-of-context comments in the chat. And we will remember that you're way behind us. Just so you know, this is an audio of Lauren and John talking following CrimeCon and their amazing pool party that they had.
On our podcast, and how this, I think, getting back to this point about CrimeCon, it is so important to connect with our listeners and our viewers, right? It makes it real.
It does.
It's something I never could have envisioned 6 years ago, 5.5 years ago.
And to spend time with people whose lives have been just ripped apart by crime.
Yeah.
To talk to them, people whose stories we've told.
Yeah,
and
true.
See how they're doing and catch up. And
to see how they're doing and catch up. The ones that we didn't actually manage to get right into our inner circle so that we could get all the details about everything from them and wring all of the last bits of content we could get out of them. Those other ones, the ones that we didn't do that to.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good reset. So
it is.
And yeah, and reminiscing also about how all the twists and turns true crime has taken. And thank you again to those who
how all the twists and turns, all the backstabbing, all the lying, all the shit talking, all the manipulating, so many twists and turns. So somebody was asking, what about his mom letting him? Oh, I see. Yes, never mind. They won't stop talking about it until they mention CrimeCon 144,000 times. I think that's
who've been with us. One thing that I am proud of, even though I wish that we could do more live streams and more premieres and hopefully soon again, but
she wishes they could do more live streams, but the fact that she alienated the entire true crime community on YouTube makes that sort of impossible for her now because everybody hates her guts. So it's a bit tricky.
We've really been able to do some incredible deep diving and research and be able to tell those stories more. And in particular,
which deep diving and research have you done? I mean, John's read a few books. You don't see the email. My email is dreadfulpennytruecrime@gmail.com. It should be running across the bottom of the banner right now. dreadfulpennytruecrime@gmail.com. Sorry.
If you guys know, there's a really important episode we just put out about the case of Marsha Norman. We started talking about this a year ago. We're revisiting it for really important reasons, but 3-hour episode. And there was a lull in posting for a bit. CrimeCon was happening, but I want you to know behind the scenes, we've been working on this episode for a very, very long time. It turned out to be 3 hours long.
A very, very long time. Wow, that is long.
And we find it very important, and I hope that you'll take the time to listen.
Yeah, it is a really fascinating case that we hope to really continue with. And
oh my God, that is so much more interesting than John. Aspen tried to go into Jolene's comments with a super chat, but she roasted the F out of him. It was brilliant, Molly Colleen says. Awesome. I would very much like to see that. When was that? What day? I would like to see that.
Probably attend the trial if it's not settled.
Hopefully
it's not adjudicated for trial.
And hopefully it does go to trial. This is a case that needs to go to trial. And he needs, Anyway, yeah.
I'm sorry, what is happening? What have I missed? The Bastille Day marriage video that the OLAP dug up is downright demented? How have I not seen this? It's because I've been driving this stupid bus all week. That's how. Is that? I need to see that, clearly.
Yeah, Jeffrey Ziz needs to be behind bars.
Held accountable to the fullest extent.
Oh, they're talking about the Zizians. Okay. It's not interesting, but at least I know what it is.
Impossible.
Yeah.
As long as we're talking about special episodes, I'm also working on an episode that's going to be non-crime related. I'm going to do the first Patreon only. It's going to be kind of a self-help based episode. I've been working on this for the last month or so, 6 weeks. And it'll be unusual. It'll be atypical. How about that?
What has happened?
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. We're going to record it this week, I think.
Okay, sorry if you missed that. I just wanted to catch up. He says, as long as we're talking about special episodes, I'm also working on an episode that's going to be non-crime related. I'm going to do the first Patreon only. It's going to be kind of self-help based episode. I've been working on this for self-help from John Matthias, but you have to pay for it over on Life Coach John Matthias. You got to pay for it.
We've been doing a lot more.
You got to pay for it over on Patreon.
Just reacting to documentaries, which I personally love because it's having our, date nights back. I mean, there's been a couple that we watched separately for purpose so that we could come and discuss it without, us knowing how each one feels. But that's fun because we get to start watching documentaries together. So let us know if you guys like those. I know I like them because we can hang out. Although you do pause it a lot. You pause and take notes a lot.
It's work. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Here we go with the defensiveness, right? She's saying, oh, it's so nice. It's like date night and we get to watch movies together, but then you pause it so much. It's not as much fun. And he goes, yeah, well, I am working. God. And they have no idea that that's how they come across, right? They think that they're coming across as like folksy and relatable or something. And they just come across as if they actually hate each other and they're pretending that date nights are fun.
So, yeah. Not a perfect date night because it's starting to solve quite a bit.
Yeah. So that's what's going on. Summer is here. CrimeCon is done. We had a little family vacay after CrimeCon too. So, CrimeCon was actually longer for us. We had a nice vacation. We have exciting things planned. We have John's office that we keep talking about, a new set that is coming about. And we just have to unpack the books and get them on the bookshelves, which is easier said than done. We're working on that. And
yeah, great story, Lauren. She's just so interesting. Hey, Andy, glad you can make it. Nice to see you. I am gonna have to check out this Bastille Day video. Is anybody?
Because I know that John likes them in special orders, and I just like to put them up. So we're working on that, and I think we did a little sneak peek on our article ad. Article is actually a sponsor for us. They're amazing, and John's desk and chair and a little side tables from there. So I actually did film some of your office for our article ad.
Oh my God, John's desk and chair, you guys. Wow. It's like, I feel like it's like an episode of Teen Beat magazine or something. It's amazing.
A couple days ago. That's in, I think, the Marsha. Is it the Marsha Norman?
Trigger warning for the Bastille Day wedding.
So anyway, but we will soon have a new set.
I am dying to know why you're calling it the Bastille Day wedding.
And it's exciting. And then, of course, we're working on another one as well, where I have the green couch that is also going to get a glow up. So look how far we've come.
A glow up or a blow up?
A glow up. I hope we're not blowing up. I think that John doesn't know the term glow up.
I thought you were going to sell it.
Sell it? What do you mean? Glow? Do you even know what glow up means?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, the kids say glow up, so do I. All right. Well, anything else?
What?
Not that I can think of. Do we have anything coming up in the true?
Anything else? I mean, you haven't given us anything at all yet. Never mind else. Come on. This is content. This is content. People pay for this.
World?
No, just some wild nights at the club. We're planning. Gonna go clubbing in Vegas. Just kidding. Bad joke. I think bad joke.
Yeah, if we didn't go clubbing during CrimeCon, we're probably not going to go clubbing in general in Las Vegas, but Hope Springs Eternal. We do have some friends who like to go down to City Center and cut loose a little bit, but we haven't joined them yet.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really interesting, you guys. Really interesting. Hilarious and interesting.
Yeah. We like home. What do they say? They always say, go big or go home. We're like, can we do both?
No, just home.
We like home. All right. Well, thanks, everybody.
I genuinely think, I think that John actually thinks she's funny. I think he likes her stupid, useless, pointless sense of humor. Like when the bacon guy, when she's eating the bacon and the guy's interviewing her and he says, well, describe it in words to us, Lauren. And she goes, I don't think I can do that on TV. It's like, well, why? What does it taste like exactly that you can't describe on TV? Like, what? And she thinks she uses that to fill in for the fact that she literally has nothing to offer, right? Like, what does that even mean? It's not safe to talk about it on TV. Like, to say this chocolate bacon is better than sex, I mean, you can say that on TV, you can say that on the 6 o'clock news. I don't think that would offend anybody at all. But that wasn't the question. The question was, describe the taste. She says, I can't describe it on TV. So, right? But seriously, I do believe that that's a stand-in for having anything at all to offer, right? Because she doesn't have anything to offer. She is not able to use her words to describe the sensation of eating chocolate bacon. That's how empty she is.
Everyone, it's good to be home again.
She's not that cute. It's kidding, Nona. She's not cute enough. Not in my opinion. I mean, she thinks she is. I know you're saying that tongue in cheek.
After CrimeCon and back to work. And also it was so fun to take Grayson and have Grayson with us at CrimeCon too. I guess we didn't really mention. I think everybody knows that Grayson was with us, but maybe we needed to mention that too. It was so fun to have Grayson by our side.
It was so fun. It was so fun. I mean, I think everybody knows Grayson is here, which is why we didn't bother to mention her up until now. It wasn't because we completely forgot about her and everything is actually really about me. That's not why at all. It's because you guys all knew she was here. But yeah, it was so fun having her here, even though I see her every day and she's kind of clingy, honestly. But I mean, it was good because like I could kind of pawn her off on Trisha a little bit, so I didn't have to get stuck with either of them when the real people that I wanted to see were here. So anyway, that's just a little bit about me. Me.
Yeah,
And
for
CrimeCon
sure.
as well.
Mhm.
It's been so wonderful to have him and True Crime grow, including having a producer now, and that was a treat to have her along with us. And
Yeah, it was. And Julie Holden was there. She joined us too. So that was nice to have her.
and Gail and Aspen, and I mean everybody. If we didn't name you, you know that we know that you were there. We couldn't possibly name everyone. It was just so fun to catch up with so many.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
thank you, everyone. And
Yeah, their security blankets. Great. Janice Ballet Flat says Grayson is never not with her. Yeah, I do. I think that they need each other, right? They're both so desperately empty inside. I mean, I have completely changed my mind that Grayson was ever, potentially being victimized here. She is in with both feet and clearly has been since the beginning. And she's a complete lunatic from everything I can make out. But yeah, I think that they need each other, right? They need the mirror of each other to go, yeah, you're not wrong, right? We're not crazy, it's them. I genuinely believe that they can't function without each other.
I think here's the good news too. I'll just say this because there are a lot of people who couldn't make the Bellagio, so it was so last minute, and it was a last minute decision. We know how to do it now. We know how to throw a party at the Bellagio now. We've got this covered. We're gonna become pros. We'll do it again. So how about this? This is the first, but not the last.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Well, this is coming from you.
This one's coming from me this time, and it's also not a joke. It's serious.
Okay.
But I'm not saying win. So no holding my feet to the fire. No wins. No wins.
Are we gonna do the Bellagio or another casino?
Well, I mean, I guess we could try another. I like the Bellagio. It feels comfortable now. I like things that are,
Caesars has a pretty nice pool. So.
Caesars does, but I checked out their venue and their, I like Bellagio's.
Okay.
They were great.
Please, Andy, please expand on this a little bit. Andy Copsa says, I have a theory that they are a lavender throuple, and I'm not kidding. So I know what a throuple is, but you lost me with the lavender part, and I feel like I would very much like to know that. Junebug Crafter says, is this true that Lauren did that about her wedding in a terrorist attack? It seems like it. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but it does seem rather as though she,
Great.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. It won't be the last get together though. How about that? We'll have another meet and greet soon with a lot more time for people to plan and fly in. It'll be a blast. So now we know the ropes. So thank you again to Erica and Becky who really took this on, and for everyone that kept encouraging us. We made it happen, and it won't be the last.
Yeah, for everyone who kept encouraging them, oh my God, do stop, please.
I definitely see some more of their kebabs in the future. Those were delicious. Well, actually, I take it back. They look delicious. I left them for, I didn't want to eat them because I know the guests were eating them very quickly. I didn't want to. But next time, I want to actually sample some of the kebabs because they look delicious. I think we need more of those in the future.
And I'll say this too, babe. A lot of people.
The kebabs looked delicious, but he didn't get to have any because he was leaving them for all the guests. Oh, Andy Copsa says lavender equals when gay men marry a gay woman. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, this makes sense. Okay. A lavender throuple. Thank you.
People saying you look so good, and I want to say that too. People are noticing that you've lost some weight, and he's been hitting the gym every day, and it's been hard for you because you struggle with some health issues and recovery, but You are looking amazing, and I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Yeah, the key is just getting back into the gym and working out. I'll talk more about that
later.
I'll talk more about that in a future episode. But
the key is being a super duper athlete.
Thank you guys for acknowledging that. It's been a lot of work, and it's been worth it. And I've got more work to do. I'll just say this: that one of my issues with getting back into the gym is that because I used to be an athlete and a pretty intense athlete, it's hard for me just to do something. It's hard for me to do something that's not committed.
Mm-hmm.
And
right, it's hard for him not to just go full bore. Right, it's hard for him to take it easy. Recovery from what somebody says. I think in recovery from the high blood pressure, maybe, right? Wasn't that the thing? His blood pressure was so high that he nearly died of it because of Christina and Janice and all those mean girls who nearly murdered him with their opinions. That's my guess. I don't know. I haven't heard of anything else, but I don't follow them that closely, so I don't know. That was my assumption. But turns out, the hardest part for him was holding back because he's such an incredible athlete.
And I know that when I go work out, I do it either I work out intensely or I don't. Right. So one of my problems with getting back into the gym is I would go push myself a little too much and I couldn't recover. And so this time I'm pushing myself, but I'm focusing more on recovery.
Yeah.
And that's the difference.
Speaking of
the reason why he's not doing it so hard this time is because he's taking care of himself. It's not because he has no willpower and he's taking Ozempic.
being an intense athlete, which you were growing up before I knew you, well,
did you catch that? For being an intense athlete, which you were growing up before I knew you. I mean, to me, she's basically implied that was a lie, but without saying it.
Getting out all your boxes
Among other things that she implied with all of that before I knew you thing.
of books. I actually had the LDS Mormon missionaries over here yesterday helping because I knew that John wanted to take his time and I might just get these books out of my garage because it's getting hot. So missionaries are always so helpful. John hides and I say, we need something done, call the missionaries. And then you hide and they come and carry boxes for us. But there was a box that was light. They brought it in. They're like, oh, this is a book. So I don't know what this is. It was like really old. And it said to and from John.
Sorry, did she just tell a little story where her husband hides to get out of helping to move the books and then they get somebody else to do it? And she told that as a little aside. It is that is so typical of these kind of manipulative, narcissistic type people who do what she's telling this great story about John, but she just throws him under the bus a little bit before that, right? And then she makes me defend him, even though there's no defense of him that is possible for the things that he's done.
An Illinois address, which meant that you packed this up and sent it to like your house where you live with your family. It was your family's home when you graduated high school. So I opened it and it was all of your trophies, and including when you were like a little kid, baseball, football, but it was also like you won so many Chicago, Illinois awards, and it was so impressive. We opened up, I was with our child opening them up, and there was also your valedictorian trophy, which has a little bit of mildew on it, so it's sitting.
Right, so it had a little bit of mildew on it, but once she wiped the mildew off it, she was able to wipe the glory on herself. So she was able to get the little excess glory from the valedictorian trophy and all the other trophies. She wiped off the mildew and then she got all the glory for herself. It was really, she is, Jill of all trades, our Lauren.
Sitting outside in the front yard now because those mold spores are scary and I'm going to clean it. It was cute. It's a valedictorian. I've never seen this. And it was so sweet. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's signed baseball. So I thought, who signed this? Flashbacks of like, the Sandlot were coming back. I'm like, does he have a baseball signed by Babe Ruth that we don't know about? No, it was like your team when you were 11, right. And you guys all signed it.
That was lovely.
And I'll just say this, your handwriting was much better when you were 11 years old.
Well,
you signed it, John Matthias, so clearly. It was just like printed and perfect. And I was like, so he can write.
What happened?
So he can.
Oh God. This is supposed to be relatable, I guess, as well as covering herself in the stolen glory of her husband. It's also meant to be so relatable. So yes, apparently he survived being hit by a semi that had a muffler underneath it. So we're not sure if it was really a semi or if the story was just semi-true. I think that might have been the thing.
Handwrite.
So yeah, no, I remember that baseball because we were in the playoffs. We really went far in the Little League playoffs that year. That was I think I was in the Little League for a year, maybe 2 years, but I think this was the last year, and we did really well. We won. I forget how far we went, but we didn't make it to the World Series, but we weren't that far. We were just a few games away. So
I know, that's cool. So you remember?
So
yeah,
that was our team.
This was literally yesterday. We opened it up. It was so cute. And then when you came home, you were like, "Why are all my trophies out here?" And then, well, your valedictorian was out in the front yard. But that baseball is now on the shelf of your son's room.
Oh, what a great story! I mean, that is just so heartwarming. I am really touched. These two are really. I mean, talk about reaching the height of what this life has to offer, right? They're at the height of their careers. They're in this beautiful marriage of give and take. They have a son to raise in their own image. They're just here to raise each other up and to share all of their joy and success with the community. I mean, truly, truly elder statesmen of the true crime is true community.
Okay.
So
okay.
Exactly.
So all right. I saw the trophies out. I'm like, please put those away.
Yeah. But anyway, yes, you've had your health struggles in your later years, and so I am proud you just realized, like,
right?
Yeah, and work focus on recovery and getting yourself back in, and I'm proud of you. So
she's proud of him. Oh, she's really proud of him. She's proud of him because he's not so fat anymore. She feels better about him now.
Been easy, but I'm enjoying the process of getting back in shape and committed to it.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, this episode was longer than I thought, but it's been a while. Thank you for all of those that are our Patreons.
This is an episode. Like, oh God, Lord God in heaven, it's so awful. People pay to watch this nonsense.
And still with us, it means so much. And we know that it's been a long time since we've shared.
I think they did mention, she said, our child. We opened it together with our child when she was talking about opening the box of trophies or something like that.
Episode. And it was just so good to meet so many of you this weekend. And so many, like I said again, that we didn't mention, please know that we know, and it was just an absolute treat. So we'll see you, and until next time.
All right, take care.
We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Take care, John. Right? Yeah. So this is what they are, pawning off as content. Just the worst absolute garbage you can think of. And yeah, she, Kelly Kell says his mom loves their kid but doesn't love John. That's probably true. She's passed away, I believe. Court Jester 911 says it's suspicious that Lauren has no sob stories about pregnancy, birth. Actually, you're right. I mean, God, what a perfect opportunity to get a whole lot of attention. They have the weirdest relationship, Robbie D says. Yeah, I agree, right? Their vibe is just so off. It's strange. The part of the body cam that we're coming up to now, Lauren is literally, I think she's right now, like on the screen. I think she's dialing John, or she's just got him on the phone or something. And if you think about what's going on at this time, like John, she has had to let him in on the fact, right, of what's going on, and that all these people are sharing her texts. And whether my take on it is that she was doing all of that stuff unbeknownst to John, all of that backstabbing and lying and cheating and behind the scenes kind of stuff. I could be wrong. It's just an impression that I have. But that at this point, right, when this body cam is happening, he knows the full extent of every horrible thing that she said about all the people that she said them about. And he knows that his own credentials are on the line because people are starting to look into him because of her bad behavior, right? All of this stuff. So you have keep all of that in mind, like what is going on in their relationship in the background of this conversation, where they are attempting to come across to this cop as though they are a united front, which, at this point, seems like they don't have any choice but to be a united front and fight this thing together, I guess. But the ructions in the relationship because of her behavior, are threatening the lies that John has told about himself, right? June Bugcrafter says, I believe that Lauren and Grayson are having a relationship. I believe this for a long time. Yeah, you're not alone there, June Bug. I think a lot of people believe that. I couldn't say one way or another, of course, but it certainly seems plausible to me. I mean, they both seem very, very desperate and needy personality types. And they spend they spend a lot of time together. They're basically attached at the hip, right? A situationship. So yeah, I mean, I think there's evidence to suggest that there is something going on there. So yeah, you're not alone there. So who's this here? Kenzie and Logan's mama. I finally got it. Hi Penny, love your channel so much. You're so well, thank you so much. That's so nice of you to say all that. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, Andy's she's been putting out some bangers lately, Andy. She's been putting out some bangers about John and his bullshit. His bullshit practice psychologist. Ugh. Yes, go over and sub up to Andy Kopsa.
Done by the state.
Correct.
Yeah. You know, that's where it's like, I don't know if it's worth it.
We have a police officer here.
Sometimes there's that case like neighbors, problems with neighbors. Sometimes they don't want us to contact the neighbor because they're afraid it will inflame things.
Yeah, you know.
Right. So he's understanding. I just want you to know. At first, we were like, we just gave him what we've explained right now is like, look, I am the victim, but we have a big concern about the actual victims in the cases we cover and then being re-victimized by my private messages that come out. So at first, I just want you to know, and he understands that. This is officer, what was your last name? I'm sorry.
So yeah, she's talking to John and she's orienting him where they are and where she is in the conversation with the cop. So I'm going to leave you to watch for a couple minutes while I hit the ladies' room. Does she do something horrible for your uncle right here? Yeah, I mean, yeah, she says she's horrible. Okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I will be back very soon.
Boldy, he's great. And, and we're working with circumstantial evidence right now. We know that. He understands, again, that we don't want to re-victimize any victims. So at first we're like, well, we know who you could figure out the source from and has all the information. He said, Gigi, you wouldn't consider me a friend right now, but I want you to know, at first we were like, we just gave him, what we've explained right now is like, look, I am the victim, but we have a big concern about the actual victims in the cases we cover and then being re-victimized by my private messages that come out. So at first, I just want you to know, and he understands that. This is officer, what was your last name? I'm sorry. Boldy, he's great. And, and we're working with circumstantial evidence right now. We know that. He understands, again, that we don't want to re-victimize any victims. So at first we're like, well, we know who you could figure out the source from and has all the information. He said, Gigi, you wouldn't consider me a friend right now, but she had the information. And so he was going to call her. And now I'm rethinking because I think that could put fuel on the fire. I'm just thinking about protecting everyone else. Do we want him to, I don't know if we should have him call Gigi right now or not. He wants to know because I don't want to hurt. Like, would that
right? Now that she has bullied him into doing her bidding and phoning Gigi to try to get Gigi to give up her sources, now she's going, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have done that because maybe that's just going to add fuel to the fire. And it's all on camera, right? You're watching the machinations unfold right in front of your face. I feel like this part where she's explaining to John the whole situation of what's going on right there, I feel like that would be a great thing to clip and, adds a little context to and put out as a short video for people so that they can actually watch her wheels spinning while she tries to figure out what's the best way to manipulate and move all the pieces in this situation.
make them release stuff now because they just want to get.
What's that whole milk went after Penny? What is happening? What? Who is whole milk? What is happening? Somebody going after me? There was somebody being nasty about me in Jolene's chat the other day. saying that I was saying that I have been keeping my dog Apples alive, even though he's, basically saying that I'm deliberately starving the dog to death and keeping him alive for my own, pleasure in torturing him. Because I did talk about how he has diabetes and he really struggles with being hungry all the time as a symptom of his diabetes. So I don't know who that person is or where they came from, but I also, who is Whole Milk? Is this a channel that I need to go? I mean, what do I care? Jess Mass. Who's Jess Mass? Good God. Is Jess the person that, is that the person that Jolene's been? No, Jess Machado is that person. I am lost. Sorry. I don't know.
They're angry, right? Is this the Streisand effect where,
I want.
So she was aware of the Streisand effect, and she did it anyway.
So, can you hear me?
he can hear you or you're on speaker.
Okay, so what? So Jess Machado is taking shots at me? Is that who we're talking about? Because I haven't actually. The one that Julie is roasting. Okay, well, she's pretty clearly a nut, so not super worried about that. But I haven't done anything. I haven't responded to her. I find her a little bit. She's too much for me. That's good. Thanks. Like, I can barely stand watching her over on Jolene's channel. Never mind straight up. So terrible people don't like me. Oh no. How surprising.
Okay.
I don't think Megan is a big fan either.
The most important thing is we're about to have, all our hard work is about to be threatened or go down the drain.
What's about to happen to all of your hard work, John?
In a minute, in an instant, right? Like,
Just like that. Because of her.
I mean, my goal is to get them to stop.
And why does the cop care about your goal, John? Is it because you're a psychologist and you work with the Metro PD? Is that why? Even though he's Henderson PD?
Publishing private emails, text, voicemails, right? They hacked into our
So this is fun because he's now going to explain the law. He's going to explain the law to the cop.
stuff. It's illegal by Nevada statute and federal law for them to share private information without our consent. We never gave consent. If calling her is going to
it's interesting that he takes it on as we, though, hey? To me, he's like, we never gave consent. This is happening to us. And to me, that is indicative of the fact, not that he feels responsible, but that he is going to be taken down in the fallout, right?
prevent them or stop them from publishing, then it's probably worth it.
But if it's not, she's not going to be the one that publishes it. So like,
But it'll get back to the source though. And also, I mean, can he call like Stephanie?
well, let's say he calls. Let's say he calls and he says there's no law.
You see this? They're literally plotting and planning on camera right in front of us. It's fucking brilliant. And the fact that these true crime is true people are unaware that that body cam footage is coming out is absolute perfection. It's absolute perfection. It shows you exactly the level of expertise you can expect from these people, that they were oblivious of the fact that everything that they're saying and doing is on fucking camera, and that their entire channel exists because of the free and open court system. It is truly something to behold. Just their heads are so far up their asses. It's unbelievable. I don't know if John realizes he's on speaker, because he wasn't at one point, Andy, and then he definitely is now on speaker. So I feel like she would have told him, but I missed that.
Law that's broken right now, as she asks. Does that empower them?
Well, but they
Maury, don't worry. I saw her. I saw that. Is that who that is? That M person? Is that the same person as the Jess? Anyway, you were fine. I believe that you said something very supportive. So you don't need to apologize to me. You did nothing wrong. You were supportive.
They know, I'm sure the officer knows the Nevada statutes. Nevada is a two-party consent state. You can't just share private stuff without consent. You never gave consent.
Oh, Hannah, you have missed so much. You have missed a lot. You haven't missed much of the body cam. We just started the body cam about 5 minutes ago, but you missed the whole first part of the video is the audio from their episode following CrimeCon and the pool party. So you don't want to miss that. But stay here with us now and go back to the beginning later because we've only just restarted the body cam.
Here's where
it's terrifying. It's terrifying to me that, and
John's just going to talk over the cop, right? That is the level of entitlement and self-importance of Dr. John, is he's going to talk over the cop to tell the cop what's scary to him and why the cop needs to do something. And I think the cop was a complete dick to go and harass Christina and everybody and Gigi and everybody that he harassed. At the same time, I do feel a certain compassion for the fact that he was manipulated by these two world-class manipulators, right? It's what they do 24/7. So he didn't know what he was up against when he walked into that apartment.
it should be terrifying to every citizen in Nevada that somebody can just take your private correspondence and put it on blast publicly.
So this is not my exact forte, right? I'm a patrol officer. I already said that I talked to my sergeant about this, and if we have to get a detective involved, we will. At the same time, though, there was no non-disclosure agreement. So if she gave passwords to employees to do business on her behalf, then there's kind of a gray area of how public is it compared to private.
I never gave,
or part of the business doings per se.
I never gave, sorry, I don't know what that sound is. I never gave permission for any iCloud access or any phone access, which is what I think they.
Or Gmail accounts.
Yeah, or Gmail accounts, actually, you're right.
A.B. Maitland says, I don't think John knew everything going on at this point in the video. She was probably lying to him too. And I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, she probably, revealed to him only what she had to, right? To get things happening, right? To get him on side, but not to say too much to get herself in too much trouble. This is the same footage from before, Forced to Be Petty. But I never covered it at the time. And we were just all commenting on the fact that the most recent CrimeCon seems like Lauren and John are just carrying on with their bullshit, right? They're still doing this shit. They're still harassing Christina. They're still getting law enforcement on their side so that they can harass innocent people and aggrandize themselves. And so clearly we did not spend enough time on this. And so I feel like a bunch of creators are going, yeah, we need to dig a little further and we need to go back over these things again and re-look at them. And I think it's important personally because at the time, it was all coming so thick and fast, right? We were getting all these new videos all the time, and I only ever watched them all one time. So, I forgot a ton of this. So that is a very long answer to your short question. But yeah, we're going over it again because these guys are still out there. They're still lying. They're still conniving. They're still abusing people. They're still manipulating. And they're still making a lot of money doing it. So, nice. I'm glad you could join us. Forced to be petty. I feel like I am forced to be petty, and that is why we are here. Lauren's behavior made me so mad that I started a YouTube channel.
There's no consent here. There's no consent to share any private information, and this person never had access to any private information.
But what? Okay, so for right now, as far as we know,
Hashtag give the man a glass of water, my God. This normal Idaho mom says, I hate seeing narcs go without consequences. We have the Matthiases at CrimeCon and Bukaki taking a cruise, all having a good time while the people they have hurt still suffer. Yeah. It goes on and on and on and on.
so here's my challenge.
Okay, yeah.
So there's somebody, you guys have an idea of who this person is, and we're finding out through third parties that some information was already shared because you have screenshots, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah,
So those third party people would have to be willing to talk to us to give up their source to say yes, it came straight from this person.
right, that's true. I mean,
And if they're investigative reporters, I don't know how many investigative reporters are going to want to give up their sources because that's going to tarnish their reputation.
Yeah, that's a great point, Hannah. Hannah says, imagine if we had seen things as they happened in real time. Lauren's 9-hour live screaming that she had a stalker and that her life was in danger should have been viewed after the sequence of events, right? After we'd seen the body cam footage, after we'd seen all the texts, right? After we'd seen all the stuff, all the videos from Christina. Yeah. I agree. I think that's why, like, we have to try to put these videos out, some of them in a smaller chunk bites, so that these people can get the shock of what she did with that 9-hour live, right? Of how shocking that was.
So if we had a way to figure that out without them, I mean, not saying we can't call them, but if there was a way to figure that out without them, then that'd be more beneficial for sure.
is there any?
Right? He's trying. I mean, you got to hand it to him at some points. He does try to push back against these guys. Why he doesn't have the wherewithal to just like go to whoever his superior officer is and say these people have done all this terrible stuff and now their friends are sharing their texts and there is no crime here, I don't know. But he does try at least to sort of push back.
So we have encrypted emails.
We haven't shared anything.
We have encrypted emails from people that are obviously the source. I just don't know. Is there anyone at Metro that like could figure out like where these are coming from?
Right? Is there anyone at Metro that can figure out where these? Can we get your IT department over here to try to put these girls in jail, please? Like, we are very important. We need the IT department.
Because that's where we want to go.
That's why it says this isn't my forte, so I'm not sure if anybody. It would have to be a special detective that works with computer crimes.
And what about the harassment aspect too? I want to point out the harassment aspect because again, like, we're getting these cryptic Proton emails saying you're about. We've blind copied all these people, even though you blind copy people so that people don't know you blind copied them, and they're like, we blind copied everyone. We're doing this. We are outing you.
What is so what? Right? I mean, she's making a big deal about the fact that they used BCC instead of CC. Like, who cares, Lauren? Shut up. My God, you're a bore. Is it just filler while she thinks how to manipulate next?
Yeah,
there's like multiple emails like that. Also, I feel like lies in like harassment. Like, why are they doing that? Like, this is like a game to them. This is, you know what I mean? Like, they are having,
like I said, there's a lot of ugly people that do stupid things and they're mean people that bully people and stuff like that.
Yeah, Lauren, you should know that. He ends the interaction by giving her life advice and getting sucked into her histrionic drama about her son. Yeah, it's gross, right? It's absolutely gross. He ends up going and doing her bidding. The idiot.
It doesn't mean it's a crime.
right.
So I get what you're saying with the possibility of doing this. And even the blind copy, not knowing who those people are, if there are people, it's that's what we don't know right now.
Andy Copsa says she's a hostage taker. She's taking these people hostage like the cop. Yeah, I was saying I covered the first part of this like a week or so ago. And I was saying you can see Lauren controlling the situation. You can see how she does it, right? With her little, like, I hear you, but kind of maneuvers, where she maneuvers him into exactly where she wants him to be to do exactly what she wants. And he does. He does it. She wins.
One of them is another
Is
person that I work
extortion, is
for.
extortion a crime? Because I mean, they're basically.
Extortion would be them asking for something. Did they ask for money or anything?
I haven't seen that. You just checked that email out today. What are they threatening?
I think the answer is no, John. It's a simple answer, right? That's another manipulation right there. No, they haven't asked for money. That's the answer. But instead, oh, well, I think what happened, he's got to try to drag it out a little bit, make it seem like something's happening that isn't actually happening, to try to get away with their, threatening extortion. It's such manipulative bullshit, all of it.
Well, yeah, it's like, our livelihood.
That's a bit gray. I don't know about that.
It's a lot gray, actually.
They're just saying to put out information. So I'll tell you what. I'll talk to my sergeant right now with what I have, and we'll see if I'll see. Yep. They'll probably end up getting in touch with our cyber detective and see how this might play out.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I know, officer, like, by the way, just as an aside, I worked, not in the last few years, but I've worked closely with your, I have in the past, your.
Just as an aside, just for your information, not for any reason, just as an aside. I mean, I'm not trying to throw my weight around here. I'm just saying, just as an aside, you and me are on the same team, officer. Just as an aside.
Internet sex crimes.
Uh-huh.
And I've done a lot of evaluations on sex offenders that got put away. Obviously, that's a very different crime, but I just want to say that.
Obviously, that's a very crime.
I've always
I mean, John understands that this no crime at all is different from a sex crime. He understands that. They're very different crimes. Yeah, there's no crime here. So yes, sex offenses are very different from no crime.
in Metro and work closely with you guys.
Yeah, just
thank you for listening to us. Yeah, I think the problem here is
we're on the same
right. I know technically
we're on the same team, so I'm just going to explain to you what I see the problem as, and probably since you're on the same team as me, you will be able to pick up what I am putting down. But I mean, just as an aside,
since they haven't published this stuff, it's kind of hard to say it's a crime. But on the other hand, according to Gigi, they're minutes away from publishing this stuff. So we're trying to salvage our reputation.
Well, not just our reputation, but
trying to salvage your reputation from what? Why? What have these horrible people done to you? What have they done to you, these terrible people?
You're trying to be proactive. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We're the good guys here. We're the good guys. Yeah. He gets it. You can hear John feeling all, whew, yeah, he's on our side. He gets it. Whew. I literally think that Bovie is just going, yes, I get it. Move on. Please move on. But he's trying to be polite or something for some reason. I don't know.
So I don't know. And yeah, it is a little confusing. Technically, after the damage is done, yeah, you've got federal crimes and you've got state crimes, right? And maybe they're just...
After the damage is done, there are federal crimes and state crimes, right? No pushback from Bovie.
Play the game. Maybe they're not going to publish. I mean, unfortunately, we have sources that have said that they've seen some of the emails and they know they're coming. So I don't know. I don't know what to do.
It's weird, right? It's so weird to me. This is so typical of these type of manipulators when they are so clearly in the wrong and yet they position themselves as being the victim. It is practically straight out of one of John's books, this behavior, right? It is unbelievable to watch it unfolding in front of our eyes. Really, this is narcissist gold. You could not You could not find a better example of the perpetrator positioning themselves as the victim right in front of your face with the smoke and mirrors thing, pretending somehow that they are the victims. It is wild.
Right, like,
Yeah, you know, my concern is the whole text of like, these will be shown by your text messages. Like, they're very clear that they are releasing your text messages. And the fact that they were in your iCloud account, which is cited,
I've never given them the password to my iCloud.
like,
And you've seen a direct copy of.
So just because they're in her iCloud account doesn't mean that that's where they got them from. I mean, how stupid is Grayson, or is that an attempted manipulation? She thinks the cop is that stupid, or she's that stupid.
Of a particular text, then?
I've seen somebody show me one in person. Yeah, I've seen things.
Or do you have it sent to you right now? One that you know for a fact is from your iCloud account?
Do we have one from Christina?
Do you? Did you get it?
The person that you're ultimately going to blame and hang all of this on?
Because here's what we usually do. We go by the screenshots showing the proof of, and I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a financial crime in a sense. We need all this documentation, the bank account records and all that other stuff, So having all this stuff, you can talk about it, you can say I saw it, but without the proof, once again, there's not a lot to go off of, or nothing to go off of. So the proof is what we need.
I think if he calls Gigi, I think if somebody official with law enforcement calls Gigi and says, we're aware of the fact that you believe that you see texts that are private correspondence.
These ones aren't iCloud. These are her private messages that have been sent around and were emailed to us.
Oh my God, did Grayson just interrupt King John? Unbelievable. She is going to get in trouble later. My God. The nerve. Oh, Gigi.
If you call Gigi and say, we have information.
This is exactly who we want you to call, and this is exactly how we want you to intimidate her. You see this? These two are literally fucking ordering this peace officer and telling him what to do. I'm not sure. Should I go back a minute? 3344. Let's go back to there.
I think if he calls Gigi, I think if somebody official with law enforcement calls Gigi and says, we're aware of the fact that you believe that you see texts that are private correspondence.
These ones aren't iCloud. These are her private messages that have been sent around and were emailed to us.
If you call Gigi and say, we have information.
They're crossing out names of who's in it.
Wait.
November
John,
23rd, okay.
Wait, hold on, John. There's two people talking. Hold on. Okay, go ahead, John.
We have information that you've seen private texts that have been shared with you from Lauren's iCloud account, which, by the way, is a crime. That's illegal. It's a federal crime because we're going across state lines. Like, you can't share private information.
Well, I don't enforce federal crime either, so the FBI would probably have to get involved with this.
Right, I agree.
Sorry, Kresha, I got lost and I missed it. But it was around 33 minutes, if you want to go back and check it out.
There's actually two federal crimes here.
Okay, I just have to read this. I just got a penny chat from Kazwaz. Says, hi, Penny, it's Kazwaz. Love to you and apples. It's very late here. I will catch the rest on stream and replay. Well, thank you so much. That's lovely. $27 Canadian. Thank you so much, Kazwaz. Glad you could join us, and I hope you have a very restful sleep.
Yes, I know the FBI meant to jump in,
Because this may be more FBI than local.
That's what I'm thinking.
I agree.
I don't know.
We all
See? He's in with them now, right? He tries to get out. He's like he's in one of those, those Those crabs, when you put them all in the jar, and then the one tries to climb out, and they all stop him from climbing out. Is like that, right? He's trying to get out. He's trying to use common sense and reason and the law to combat these people, but he's got 3 of them coming at him, and he's like, oh yeah, this is definitely federal. Holy fuck, man! They wore him down.
I'll agree with that. But my biggest concern though, John, is if Henderson police calls, because this isn't their jurisdiction, they're not federal, and they say to Gigi, we don't know if there's a crime that's been committed, if she asks.
This goes further.
Then it goes further. And if he's still trying to figure that out, he can't say there's been a crime that's been committed if he's
right. Like, it's so gross. It's so gross. All of this is gross. She's now saying, well, he can't say that there's been a crime committed if there's no crime been committed. So what can he say? How can we get him to say the right thing to get Christina or to get Gigi to give a, like, it's all plainly here out in the open. It's so gross. It's so gross. This is so, like, and the fact that the cop isn't getting this, is not catching the red flags here, that they are literally trying to create a narrative that will allow this cop to intimidate people lawfully so that they can get their way. It is astonishing. And it is a complete indictment of this Henderson police force. My God.
still.
Have you submitted anything to the FBI at all yet?
No, what's really
We made a police report.
5 minutes ago, he was saying the crime is, there's no crime. And now he wants to know if they've submitted anything to the FBI yet.
In
Arizona in April when this first started.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
And what'd they say?
They listened and took a record and then said, would you want to press charges?
They listened and they took a record. Yeah, we've already been phoning the police. You're not the first police we've manipulated.
And we said yes, and we didn't hear back, and then things kind of died down, so we thought everything was done.
Have you contacted them recently? Because here's the thing, if this started when you guys were in Arizona, and you already gave a police report, doing a multiple 2 times, 3 times police report still makes sense. And now it feels like that's what I'm kind of doing.
Okay.
Oh my God. He is really annoying. This cop is so annoying. Wishy-washy? Wishy-washy is the best way to describe him.
The reason I called you was because we live here. We were in Arizona on a business trip.
Okay.
And so that was why I got them involved while we were there, because I was worried about her safety. She had somebody physically coming out threatening her at the courthouse.
Okay.
Yeah, bailiffs had to say, leave her alone.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
concerned.
Did you call? Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, right? That's why, I can't remember who said it now, but yeah, why seeing this stuff in order would be so important, because we saw that whole situation. Somebody tried to speak to her and she managed to turn it into an opportunity to manufacture evidence that she was being harassed. It was the most, and if you saw it now, you would see that, right? It's just like seeing this. It's all very revealing. But yeah, this is what they're doing. They're literally revealing to this cop right now the 2 times that they manufactured evidence already. Right?
Yeah, that's completely different. Did you call Arizona and try to find an update on? So what was reported down there? Was this reported down there, or just the situation that at Arizona?
The beginning of this was reported in Arizona, and
But Grayson, it's a different crime. That was somebody basically stalking and threatening.
Yeah.
Physically.
Okay,
This is-
we'll keep that out of it then.
Yeah, this is an internet crime. That was somebody who was harassing Lauren and threatening to harm her physically.
Okay,
This is
let me talk to my sergeant.
I mean, John will have seen that video, right? And he will know perfectly fucking well that nobody was threatening to harm Lauren in that video. Paula says, I bet this officer is the drama llama of his department. Well, I have heard that he is in his 50s, and this, as far as he ever got, was being a beat cop. And I think maybe that's judgmental. Maybe he just really enjoys it, or maybe he didn't make detective because he has no detecting skills.
Sergeant probably talked to our cyber guy and go from there. I'm not going to try to call Gigi.
I know. Do you see my concern with it?
Yeah. No, 100%. While you were on the phone, we have that a lot with like neighbors across the street, next door, apartments, whatever. Where like, hey, I just want it documented. I don't want you to go talk to him because I'm afraid it'll escalate. I want it documented. So a lot of people do that as well. So based on your concerns, I will not make a phone call to her.
Okay.
Not at all. Let me talk to my sergeant and see kind of what direction we're at right now. Because right now, all I got is somebody saying they're going to do something and haven't yet. And your lawyer sent out a cease and desist to that person, right?
3 people.
That person may or may not have shared information to other news sources per se.
Right.
And the reason I say may or may not have is because they would have to tell me it came from that particular person. And then we got a text message, copies of text messages from 2023, which
and I want to point
that are
out
being
that
sent out. So there was a copy of a text message, screenshots of a text message.
That's what they were just talking about, Janice. They were just saying that they both just said it, that you had been threatened, physically threatened, when you walked up to her to speak to her. Yes.
That is being sent out. And who'd you get that from?
That's an interesting person because that's somebody that we hired to do contract work with,
Mhm.
and then they cut doing contract work with us because so they were sent that. So it's also like that's someone that like stopped working for us because it was sent. So this is someone like trying to physically hurt our business.
So that might not be from your iCloud account. That could be from the other person then.
They were sent it.
Sorry, how can she claim that anybody is trying to physically hurt their business when all they're talking about is telling people what Lauren said, showing people what Lauren said? That's Lauren wrecking her own business, isn't it? I mean, I understand that the actual act of showing somebody else is not Lauren, but I don't believe that anybody has an obligation to keep the ugly secrets of a lying, abusive manipulator, right? Nobody has the obligation to hold that secret. So, in fact, if you have any obligation at all, it's to kind of say, to the community at large, right? Watch out for this person. So they don't have any moral ground or logical ground or any ground at all to stand on. And yet they are still very confidently positioning themselves as victims.
By the person that we've been telling you about. They said that. They told her directly, Stephanie sent this to me. And she said, I don't know what.
But we don't know where Stephanie got it from.
I don't know. She's in that. That was between.
And that's the other thing too. We'd have to try to prove that Stephanie had access to the iCloud and got into it, broke into it.
Yeah.
Or happen to know your contractor who took screenshots of it because it's on their phone too, and they took the screenshots and sent it to her.
So I think the best case, we're all here. If you could talk to your cyber unit, is that what you feel is best right now, officer?
That's all.
Here she is. She's ordering things. This is how it's going to go. This is what you're going to do.
All I can do, because right now it's very, very loose stuff, extremely loose stuff. I understand the concern, and I know the concern is real, 100%. I'm not trying to downplay that.
Lives to be blown up.
But just like I mentioned earlier, when somebody says, I'm going to come over and take care of you, what does that mean? So there is real fear, concerns, and other things in persons' minds when certain things happen, and they understand from their point of view what could or could not happen. The fact that it hasn't happened yet is good, but that would pass that. But
I feel like he just needs to say, okay, I'm out, and just turn and leave now. But they're putting all of this on him, right? I mean, I don't condone what he did at all, but God, what an ugly situation.
But yeah, there's a lot of work that would have to go into if and when that took place, being the crime, and then tracing it back to the actual person that did it.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's not possible. It's just I'm not the one that's going to be able to figure it out.
Everybody good? John, are we good?
I have problems with my iPhone.
You can see he's like leaning towards the door, right? He's trying to get the hell out of there.
Come on now.
Unfortunately, this is sort of like so.
And yeah, internet crimes and stuff too. The FBI, I think it'd be good to get in touch with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the FBI probably we need here. I mean, it's one of those difficult situations where like I would do groups for convicted felons, and sometimes sometimes a sex offender would say, well, I'm thinking of. Again,
right? They don't have any logic, right? They don't have anything on their side except pathos and ethos. And he is here trying to give he's laying out his credentials again, right? He's explaining what an important role he plays in the community, and how ergo, right? The implication is that he is obviously in the right here, because he plays this important role, and that anybody that would be trying to undermine his role, his very important role in the community, is obviously in the wrong. So he's not using any logic. He's not using any truth. He's using simply manipulations, right? This is the rhetorical device of the ethos here. Trust me, I'm important.
I'm thinking about offending again on so and so, or like they'd be vague. I'm thinking about offending, and we would know who it was, right? Like we would know what they wouldn't say the person, but like we would have an idea based on their history of who they were talking about. And like, is that reportable, right? Like, yeah. I mean, obviously I don't want someone to get harmed, right? But like they haven't committed a crime. But there's like a specific credible threat. I don't know. It's
right again, right? He's trying to position himself not only as this important guy, but also as like on the same team, right? We are both deal with these difficult moral, hot potatoes, and how do we handle them, right? I am with you. You are with me. We are together, and they are the troublesome people who need to be managed by the professionals like us. That's the real message.
It's a hard area.
It is, and I mentioned this earlier before you were on the phone. It's difficult because sometimes until that line is crossed, it's just an idle. When I say idle threat, it's not a criminal threat.
And it worked. Right? It worked. So he's now got Officer Bovey agreeing with him about how difficult it is. So they're now seeing the situation through the same eyes. Right? It's total fucking manipulation of this cop.
It's just a threat of doing something, and until it happens, there's not a lot you can do sometimes. Depends on what it is. So, just because people have certain thoughts of, I would like to go steal a car, I think that'd be fun. We're not going to go to somebody's house because they're planning on stealing a car.
Right. I guess, like, in this case, I know. I think there's a...
John's going to explain why it's different, I think. I think that's what's coming. He's going to explain why this case is different.
Specific credible threat. But I don't know, like, yeah, technically, until they publish the stuff and cross the line, like, it's hard to know what to do. I mean, I guess we're going to...
Well, that's where this...
Oh, no, we're so helpless, officer. We need your help. It's so hard to know what to do, officer. We are looking to you, officer. The authority, officer. We are the innocent maidens tied to the railroad tracks, and they are the villains who are hiding behind the bush and laughing while the train approaches us. Officer, please come and cut us loose from our binds. You can save us. Officer, please.
For the cease and assist from the lawyer is huge, because then they can contact the lawyer, know that the lawyer is real. Lawyer can utilize certain federal laws, certain.
Right? The lawyer can manipulate and lie and frighten people into behaving. The lawyers can do things that I should not be doing myself, but I'm about to do anyway.
State laws in that saying, you know, if you do this, this is a law you'll be breaking, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it's educating the other party and makes them be like, oh, man, that's not a good idea.
Now, unfortunately, one of the other parties, her husband works for the FBI, so he doesn't seem to.
You see, right? Another one, right? Unfortunately, this situation is different. And it's just a way to keep him engaged, right? Now he's explaining something else. And the cop was like, he was heading for the door. He was doing his wrapping it up here speech. And he is now pulled right back into a whole other conversation that keeps him engaged, right? They wear you down with their bullshit. This is how they do it.
He apparently doesn't seem to think this is a big deal.
Well, we don't know. We don't know if they've talked. They're not the best marriage, so let's be honest. We don't know.
I
So-
don't know what's been said, but like,
Lauren just throwing some people a little incidental bus throwing under, just a little bit of a side throw people under the bus a bit for the cop.
I mean, I looked it up.
And she does it under the guise of, now let's be reasonable, John. They have a terrible marriage. They never stop. They never fucking stop with their bullshit, these people. It is 24/7. There's never a minute when they are not, you know, maintaining the facade of themselves as above whoever is around them. It never stops.
The statute on these things is, it depends on how bad it is, but it's at least 5 years in prison. It's a felony. So, I mean, it is serious, and it's obviously there's
Right? The cop was about to leave, and now John is explaining the law to him, and he is still sitting there listening.
civil issues in terms of if they ruin our business, which they
He's
would
not
think
in.
our business would think.
Yeah, I brought up civil earlier.
And Lauren is doing a play-by-play for John, telling John, he's nodding, he's listening, keep going, he's listening. They're tag fucking teaming this cop. They're tag teaming this cop. Wow.
Oh, 9? Okay. So, and obviously it's going to be multiple counts. If it's here like 10 items, there's potentially 10 counts. So I don't know. Like it's frustrating.
10 counts. Wow. Five years for each count? Would that be, how long would that be? Would that be 50 years in prison? For some text messages? Well, throw in the TikToks and literally the death penalty should be on the table.
Frustrating,
No, I get it.
right? It's frustrating because obviously our best case scenario here is to stop this or stop anything from being published.
Yep.
Hey, so I think I feel good where I am, John. Are you okay?
Ancient Teapot says a plague on whomever introduced these two diabolical assets to each other. I think we have some kind of, I'm pretty sure we have a dating app to blame. I'm pretty sure that neither one of these people could ever meet anyone out in the wild.
Yeah, I mean, so you don't think you should call Gigi?
Well, I think we have the concern. He can't say right now that there was.
Yeah, well, now they're just going to have a little private conversation. We're just going to have a little confab over here, officer. You just wait while we have a little confab. Okay, servant? Go over there and wait. We're confabbing over here. Fuck.
The crime committed. So if she asks, he has to say, "I don't know," and then that gives him power.
So I mean, it could be. This could just be an intimidation campaign, right? Like to scare us.
Did you get the projection there? Did you get that? The little bit of projection from John that it could just be an intimidation campaign. Could that be what it is, John? Jesus. Gucci says another one of John's lies is when he writes in his declaration to the court that he cannot travel because of his disability. Remember, he was on vacation this day with their son. Lauren stayed home. Oh, yeah. So many little lies. Pretty lies and alibis. Well, let's call them ugly lies and alibis, shall we? Because let's not tarnish Gigi with these gross idiots. Her cousin set them up. Oh, there you go. YouTube bad actress. Nice to see you. Her cousin set them up. Oh, there you go. Might as well be a dating app. Lauren fell in love with Dr. Title. Yes, with Dr. Doctor. Exactly. Mormon mingles. Oh.
I mean, that's true. Like, it could just be like, we're gonna ruin your reputation without publishing a thing because we're implying or we're.
I actually feel like I remember that from the Mormon Stories podcast. Marty Ross says, I have no reason to disbelieve her cousin knew him and set them up to phone talk. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to meet anyone in the wild, honestly. I prefer it if people don't speak to me. It's better.
Inferring that you're immoral or whatever the hell they're implying, that, you're not supportive of people you should be. So I mean, it could just be intimidation, but is there any way, could we get a referral to the FBI? Is there someone at the FBI we can contact?
Yeah, you'd have to just contact the FBI office itself.
Yeah, contact the feds. That's what you should do. That's your next step. Send them to federal prison. 50 years. Kresha says her cousin set them up and she was at Sarah Nelson's house when they talked for the first time. I'm not sure who Sarah Nelson is. But I would throw my weight in with Kresha because Kresha actually knew this person a lot better than any of the rest of us, I believe. And also has a lot more reason to know and recall details.
I think you can do an online report, but I don't know how soon you'd be contacted by anybody because it goes into their big system. I would say the local FBI, I think, is downtown near the detention center or the courthouse or something. You could go straight down there and talk to a desk officer or something and say, hey, we want to talk to somebody about a situation we have.
Is that
Oh, he's trying to pass the buck. Good effort, Officer Bovey. Good buck passing effort there. Foist these losers onto one of your, co-workers instead of handling it yourself in the moment and telling them they have no case and that they should stop talking shit about people behind their backs.
Is that right by CCDC?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I've never had to go in there, but
Yeah, I'll go. I had a meeting with them when I was concerned about that one crime we were covering, John.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And I had an appointment with them,
okay.
and I just was unable to go because we went out of town. But I can figure it out.
We had some people threatening us. So, I mean, what's their offices? They probably close at what, 5?
Yeah, we can work it out.
Right? So, like, John has now taken over from Lauren in directing things, right? He thinks that he's the most important person in the room, no question, right? And he is now in control of what's happening here. Through the phone, we can't even see him. Just with his voice, he is controlling this whole situation right now. John. Yes, that John.
It out, John. We're standing here with an officer. Can we call you later?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Oh my God, did Lauren have a moment of realizing that John was being a self-important twat? Seems like she did. They're both trying to get John to shut up. Yeah, God. This is before he gives his action items directive. Yeah. Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, let me go talk to my Sarge and see what he thinks, because this is very unique. It's not something we go to, not even on a monthly basis, maybe once a year kind of thing. And then you got multiple officers with, beginning of the week, end of the week, days, swings, graves. So, I mean, for me, this is my first time in 5 years that, I've dealt with something like this. So, but that's why we have the
This is why I'm so incompetent. Sorry.
people, available that have a little bit more experience. If he has to bring it up to the lieutenant, they'll talk.
I mean, the whole panel here are just the most disappointing examples of humanity. Honestly, the cop doesn't even have the balls to just say there's no crime here. If people are threatening you physically, phone the police. Otherwise, stop talking shit about people behind their backs. Instead, he's like, well, it's not my fault, and I don't really know, and I can't really say, and I'll have to ask somebody else, and I'm meh. Like, for the God, just a pathetic crew, the lot of them. Just disgusting.
Lieutenant, and then, kind of go from there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that
Do
make
we need to give
sense?
you any more of like the emails?
That's one of Lauren's favorite manipulations. Does that make sense? Are you going to do what I want you to? Does that make sense?
Look at the emails or the.
I would say right now, the big challenge is because you're getting these from other news sources.
The email was sent, you were in that Facebook group where that threat came from. So you pulled that.
Oh, no, that
And the
threat
email
was
was sent to us.
that threat was written by my ex-employee, and it
Okay.
has her name on
It's
it.
from her email source, that kind of stuff.
No, it's from her direct social media account.
Okay, social media.
Yeah.
And what did that one say?
That was the one, if you talk in private, we'll expose you in public, didn't act you as a courtesy.
That was
Okay.
my ex-employee.
That was 2 hours after she.
Yeah, but that's not a threat in terms of like you're being threatened, right? Or that they're threatening your business. They're going to come and firebomb your storefront. You are being given a courtesy that they're going to tell people the things that you said and did. It's not a threat at all in the way that they're trying to frame it. It's pure manipulation right in front of your eyes. It's crazy. And they are the threatening ones, right? John has just been not 2 minutes ago talking about how, 10 counts at 5 years apiece in prison. You don't think that's threatening? Jesus Christ.
She had a conversation, a private text conversation with somebody else about the falling out with these employees, explaining some anger. So that's
Yep.
why at first I said, I don't think these are related.
Well, I got it. I just need
Yeah.
specifics for my sergeant. So that's
And then-
one thing.
Kresha says it's like trying to reason with a sleepy 2-year-old. They come up with one thing after another. And actually, that's literally very true. Like a lot of people that have these narcissistic traits, like high narcissistic traits, they developed the disorder when they were toddlers, a lot of them, right? I mean, that's the developmental stage at which these things happen. And they have the emotional managing skills of a toddler. And that's not even a hyperbolic, although, it's meant to be a metaphor, obviously, the way you're saying it, Kresha, but it's actually very literal with these people. That is kind of who you're dealing with. And because their intellectual development isn't necessarily stunted, it can be very difficult and disorienting to realize that you're dealing with an emotional toddler, quite literally an emotional toddler, right? That's why it's so shocking to us, right? Because I think most people don't understand that it's quite true that that's who you're dealing with. That kind of development stopped at that age. That's as far as they got.
But those text messages that you have are from the copies of text messages?
Yeah, those were sent in April from somebody else, from a friend of mine who sent them.
Again, right? Tag teaming. Now Grayson's doing it. Now they've got Grayson carrying this on and keeping this cop engaged and adding new information and keeping the whole thing going. It's wild. They are not prepared to take no for an answer here.
Who got mad at her and sent them from a group.
So she got them from somebody else, basically.
Yes.
Okay, so in a hearsay kind of,
One second.
I don't want to say hearsay, but you got it through a third source.
My husband is back really quickly. He said a couple of action items. Go ahead, John.
Here they go. My husband is back. He couldn't keep his very important thoughts to himself. He has some very important action items. Listen up, everyone. My husband is back.
I just wondered if we could get a report filed so we start having somewhat of a paper trail on this, if the FBI wants that. Number one, and number two.
I mean, you can't blame John for the fact that he can't see that the cop has been writing since he got there. So that's not entirely his fault. But of course, there's going to be a report. The cop came to your house.
If we could get a consultation with the internet division, I think that would be helpful, just to see what they say or get their.
Yeah, he is not happy leaving things the way they left them, with things up in the air like that. He wants action items. He wants action. He wants to know, what are you doing for me, little service person in the community, best friend of mine? It's wild. It's wild. If you could just do a screening with all the gems in a big arena and let them all watch this, it'd just be awesome. Yeah, we need to manufacture some more evidence. We haven't got quite enough yet.
Feedback. I feel like the more options we have, the better. So, like, if we could get those two things, that would be great. I'd really appreciate it.
So a report, we usually do a report for crimes. I got to talk to my sergeant about this. If it's...
Oh, I was wrong. There will be no report because there is no crime.
I mean, we document everything, but
Yeah.
if it doesn't come to the point, we don't necessarily do a report for it, you know?
Not a police report, just like an incident report.
Yeah, I'd definitely get you that. And as far as somebody contacted,
Okay, so I wasn't completely wrong. Yes, they document it. No, it's not a police report. Not quite the same thing. Which makes sense. Okay.
you, once again, that's going to be up to the information that I give them and what they got to say for reply. And if they, I'm not even sure, because our cyber guy is tucked into computers all day long, per se, that, I mean, few people know who he is, you know? So
Again, with the excuses and the bullshit, instead of just, there's no crime here, see you later. If you want to contact the cyber security or cyber crime department, fill your boots. But, you got nothing.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes, officer. Yes. Yes, officer. You and me, officer.
Yeah, right. They're like a different breed.
yeah, like our SVU detectives are the same way. They're in their little offices and their little holes, and we see them once in a great while, you know?
Yeah.
But I'll see if there's a way if somebody can make a phone call to explain things better than what I can.
I'm going to find somebody who's got some actual balls to talk to you, because I thought mine were in the car, but I must have left them at home this morning.
I just want to like the more.
I just want to wheels spinning, trying to extract a promise. How can I get this man to promise that he will go after these women?
The more, the more brains behind this, like they're just to see, like, I just want to see if there's other options, or if they could recommend something that we don't know.
Right. Yeah. They deal with this stuff all the time, so they would know where the lines are drawn, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so those two things I think would be really helpful.
Okay.
Just to get some paperwork that that we're concerned about it, and then.
So this is what we need you to do, officer. Those things would be really helpful. That would be really helpful, officer. Go ahead and do those things.
Just even a consultation with the internet people to say, to tell us, like, what are some options, or,
Yeah.
I mean, they might say there's nothing here, go to the FBI, or, I mean.
There's nothing here. Go home and stop talking shit about your fucking circle behind their back.
Whatever.
Right. And they probably work with the FBI as well, so they'd probably be able to get you in touch with the right person as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. That would be great. That would be great.
So I'll see what I can do here in the next
Thank you.
10, 15 minutes or so.
Thank you,
Awesome. We
officer.
really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Okay.
All right.
And I'm sorry if there's anything that interrupts you either. I
No,
apologize.
I'm just trying to think of hard data. So this is the text messages that are from somebody kind of thing.
Email to us, and then email to us after that person confronted you in the courthouse.
Right? She's right back in there as soon as John's off the phone. Grayson still has her objective insight eyes on the prize. She's not even going to give him a chance to breathe. Nobody has offered him a glass of water or a seat yet.
And then the
49 minutes and 26 seconds into it, he is still standing, has not yet been offered a glass of water.
Proton email came directly to our account.
So that wasn't forwarded. That was
Directly to our account.
From
from the Proton encrypted, the person that's hiding, person that's
oh,
sending this to
so
everyone.
directly, so you don't know who it was.
So you, Lauren, you mean you, the person who sent the Proton email? You?
From is just
Correct. We don't know who
Okay.
it was from, but they sent it to us.
okay.
And they said,
But that was
we
the same-
have blind copied all of the.
That was the same thing, saying they have dirt on you, pretty much. In so many words, it's saying they have dirt on you, and
Your texts are going to be released.
Did they-
It's shown in your
They
text.
said your text, your
Yep,
text
yep.
will be released.
they didn't say your text will be released if you don't do this, and they didn't say your text will be released at this point.
More like Hidden True Lies, all of it will come to light.
So they just seem to be upset and are saying they could be released.
All of them
They
are
will
BCC.
Is this the threat they're talking about? Because this is the email that they wrote, right? So the only threat they have is the one that they made up themselves. Is that what I am understanding here?
on this email, and your text messages will prove it.
Right.
So they're saying
Certain people are BCC'd, yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't know who.
Well, they
Be-
say who they BCC'd.
You remember before when Lauren made all that big noise about how they used BCC instead of CC, but that was stupid because if they're letting it out, why wouldn't they do that? It has just occurred to me now that the reason that she said all that was to cover up the fact that she BCC'd everybody because it was her that wrote it. She's the one who wrote it. And so she's trying to, that was a like how authors do that suspension of disbelief by saying something beforehand that will make the crazy coincidence not seem so crazy later. I think that's what that manipulation was before, when she was going on about why did they bother using blind copy when they're trying to send it out. It was a manipulation to make it look like it wasn't her that did it.
Who are they BCC? That's stupid to say they BCC people.
That's
And
what I'm saying.
that
just
doesn't
we're
make sense. That doesn't make
It
sense.
doesn't make any sense. I agree with you,
But
but
It doesn't make any sense, but she made sense of it before by doing that. I think that's exactly what's happened here. I think we all suspected it anyway, and literally everybody has landed on Lauren as the one who sent the Proton email. But I think that this just is more evidence of it, because it doesn't make none of what she's saying about the blind copies makes any sense otherwise.
When I talked to Gigi today, she goes, "Well, the first email came from a Proton," and I was like, "You're fucking bullshitting me." Like, because
So let's go.
Yeah.
I want to go out and talk to the sergeant. So that email basically says, in so many words, you're full of lies. Blah.
Right, Kathy? Cuts straight through the bullshit. It doesn't matter because there's no crime. Exactly. But they have got him roped back in again now, discussing the Proton email and the this and the that and the blind copies and the blah and the logic and the craziness and what could. He was nearly out the door 10 minutes ago.
Blah blah blah. The truth come out. Blah blah blah.
we're going to release your text.
That's it.
We're going to release your text publicly.
But they didn't say we're going to release it on Monday. We're going to release it if you do this. We're going to release it if you don't do this. Nothing like
Yeah.
that. They just said we're going to release it.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. I'll be back.
Thank you, officer.
Oh, that's your husband. No, I'm Henderson too, not Metro.
Okay. Yeah. Right? He says the parting shot is a good one. On the way out the door, he says, "Let your husband know I'm Henderson, not Metro." And I do believe that was a parting shot, but it was basically one of the only ones he actually got in. And he does say, okay, I'll be back. And he does come back. There is more. And then there's all the phone calls that he places to all these people, including Christina and Janice and Gigi and is it Sarah? There's somebody else. There are so many names. Yeah, Lily of London. Do people want to watch this? Actually, I gotta go. It's almost 7 o'clock, and I need to feed the dog. But I did save this so that we could watch it again, because this is the video that alerted me to everything. Because I saw Lauren's 9-hour live come up on my feed, and I hit play, and I watched it for 2 minutes, and it was just too nauseating, and I shut it off. And then it was literally like 2 or 3 weeks later that I saw this video from Lily in London. And you guys should all here. I will share the link if you want to go watch it right now, because I feel like I gave you a little teaser, and then I said no, I'm not gonna play it. So I'll post the link here. It's the perfect summation of the Lauren 9-hour live, and she does it's like 12 minutes long or something. This video by Lily in London. 13 minutes. And she does an incredible job of calling out all the bullshit. Just like that. It's beautiful. Hey, Mary, you got here just in time for me to say I'm going to love you and leave you. But yeah, do go watch Lily in London. It's a little thing of beauty. And I'm going to share it next time on another live. But I have to... I have moved Apple's supper time up to 7 o'clock because it's summer vacation. So I can sleep until 7. But it's almost 7 and I need to go feed him. And also I'm tired. I've been talking for like 3 hours. Yeah. Thanks, the Olap. I am amazingly grateful. The Olap says, I'm glad that Lauren pissed you off so much that you made a channel and are here with us now. Yeah, I'm thrilled to be here with y'all now. I am absolutely delighted to be a part of this community. And I feel like it feels like all of my experience with these terrible people was not for nothing if I'm able to pass on some small amount of knowledge about them that will help other people. The lemon painting, Mary, I bought at a garage sale last weekend for $5, and I'm in love with it. It's my new favorite. And it matches Lauren's sweater. But I'm going to remove her for a second so you can get a better look at those lemons, because look at the craftsmanship. They look like actual lemons in a bowl. It's very well done. I just love it. Yeah, I love it. Every morning when I wake up and see it, I get a little lift. My heart gets a little lift from it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, so thank you all so much for sharing my 3 hours with me. I really enjoyed everybody's comments. Good. Oh, yay. Kresha, do it. Kresha says she's going to do this body cam tomorrow for her live stream. Great. I will come and watch and support. I think it's great. I think we should all do it because you know what? We all have different eyes and can pick out different things, right? And I do feel like these people have been allowed to rest a little too much, or they wouldn't have had the guts to behave the way they did at CrimeCon. So I will be delighted to be there tomorrow and cheer you on, Krusha. So I have another week coming up of summer camp driving. So even though it's boring and slow, it just zaps my energy so much that it's unlikely that you will see me again until next weekend. I might manage a short live one night during the week, but probably not, honestly. So it's been an absolute pleasure to see everybody. I will see you in the chats. Thank you so much for liking and sharing. Please hit the like button on the way out if you have not already. And go and watch Kresha's live tomorrow, because I'm sure she will have insights. Also, she knows those people personally, right? And I don't. So Krish's insights are going to be of a completely different flavor from mine. And I always enjoy Krish's lives. So thank you, Normal Idaho Mom. I hope I hope I will enjoy work. And I hope you all will enjoy your work this week and all of the crazy hot weather. I'm sorry if you people are suffering. Oh, I assumed the yay was for Ternaro, not for me being away for a week. Thanks, Krisha. Yeah, thank you all. So I will love you and leave you. I could blab on forever, but I really need to pee and feed the dog. So I will see you all next week, and I will see you in the chats until then. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Till next time.